many from feeling this kind of loss. Orb! And we are all ready to go on setup. Take it away, Kaadzik, with Witcher 3.
Hello everybody, welcome everyone. My name is Kaadzik and this is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I hope you're gonna enjoy the run because it's gonna be amazing. If you're thinking that 2 hours is a little bit too much for the run to watch and it's late in your time zone or something, just watch the first 10 minutes, as I've mentioned in the interview before. Just watch like first 10 minutes and you're gonna love it. I hope you will, at least. Two things before I start the run I want to mention. One is that when I press one of the keys on my keyboard, you can see the auto subtitle right on the corner of the game, on the left corner of the game, because for Witcher 3, our community has decided to use auto hotkey for skipping dialogues. Because Witcher 3 is a story-driven game, right? There is a lot of dialogues in the game that you normally would skip by mashing space and right-click as fast as possible, which damages your hands and wrists pretty heavily. And we don't want that. We want speedruns to be fun and comfortable and enjoyable. So what we do instead is we bind the right-click to one of the keys on the keyboard, we hold this key, and it spams right-click once every couple of milliseconds. This way, if we hold the key, the dialogues skip themselves. It's just a thing to be comfortable with it. If you have a problem with it, well, run Witcher 3 without it, and we'll see how it goes for you. And the other thing I want to mention is the bid war for The Witcher 3, the ending. Do we save the series or do we save the frames? The funny thing is, the bid war actually closes right before the end of the game, because surprisingly, you choose when you should save series, or whether you should save series or not, right at the end of the game. So you still have like 2 hours, solid 2 hours to donate for that. Please donate for saving the frames. And Daredevil, can you actually tell me what's the bid war state right now?
Currently checking in on the bid war. Save Siri is quite a bit ahead with $4,660, and Save the Frames has only 815.
Team Frames, just I believe you. I know we can do this.
Save our poor GDQ schedule.
Yeah, exactly. Yesterday I had a run that was just 5 seconds of my world record, so maybe with a faster saving the frames how we can get a world record. You know, I'm trying to bait you into donating for this, please.
Y'all want to see your world record?
World record at GDQ, Jesus, that's gonna be so fine. But enough of chatter because we're behind the schedule and we have to start the run. So I'm just gonna select all the options and I'm gonna count you down from 3. So 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, so The Witcher 3 has started. As you could see in the moment, the dialogues will skip pretty quickly, as same goes with the regular cutscenes. First things off, walking is slow, and we can't run right now. So the thing we're doing is just going in combat mode by attacking and rolling, because that's the fastest way of movement right now. You can see that dialogues are going really, really fast right now. You may not hear this, but the game is in Japanese, actually. The game audio is in Japanese. Not because I'm a weeb, partially, but that's because the Japanese audio is actually the fastest one from all of the audio possible for the game. And it's faster than English by whole 4 seconds. So yeah, I'm taking that time. So right now we have started. We've just had a prologue. We had bad dreams, so we're running away from Vesemir. We're supposed to help him with the ghouls, but he's fine. He's gonna manage. As you could see in a second, the quest is actually completed. Quest updated. We get the XP. We're the best Witchers in the game, just by running away from problems, like you would in regular life. So right now, I'm just continuing with the plot. We had a bad dream because we saw Ciri and Kaer Morhen, and right now the run has 3 principles. Find Yennefer, find Ciri, and then defeat the Wild Hunt, because it's the Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, right? So we're not trying to find Yennefer. Yennefer was seen last in this small village of White Orchard, so we're going exactly here, going to the nearest inn and trying to actually figure out where is she. As it turns out, she got in contact with Nilfgaardian garrison leader, and she's actually in contact with Nilfgaardians, so we have to contact them right now. We don't know it yet in the game, but we're gonna just hop off the horse. It's actually an important skip, because it skips one cutscene of Geralt hopping off the horse. So we're just going through more dialogues and trying to figure out where Yennefer is. There is one particular guy over here. You may know him from the DLCs. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but he's a cool guy, you know? He's fine. He actually tells us about Yennefer. And he tells us that we should go to the Nilfgaardian garrison. Of course, we went to the village, so some peasants wants to meet us and greet us, so we're just gonna, you know, exchange handshakes right now, hopefully, pretty quickly, because I'm speedrunning. Please, you don't give me the worst RNG on the marathon. So we're just gonna exchange more handshakes. Okay, that's good. Our horse is a little bit panicking, but that's fine. So I'm on a horse right now. I'm gonna collect buckthorn, because to defeat Griffin, which is the important part of this act, we need a bait, which is buckthorn, and we need to prepare the bait. And we have to investigate about the Griffin, about its regular habits and stuff, why it's attacking the village. Because essentially the Guardians say, yes, we have contacted Yennefer, but we won't give you this information for free. Griffin is just ruining our supplies right now, so kill the Griffin and it's gonna be fine. You know, this is a big fight with the Griffin. It was advertised in the Witcher. There were like figurines of fighting with the Griffin, so you know, it's an important fight in the game, right? And that's the pinnacle of speedrunning. This will not mark not only the, as I said in the interview, not only the best category in the history of Witcher 3, but the best category in the history of history. You're gonna see exactly why in a second. After we collect the buckthorn, we're just gonna go to the place of power, because we need some ability points in our first area. It's gonna be connected to the Griffin fight, because we're weak right now. We're just, you know, basic Witcher level 1. So we're just gonna come here, draw some power from the relic right here, and go into the Nilfgaardian garrison. As I'm going, maybe one quick donation, Daredevil.
All right, we have an anonymous $200 donation. Thank you very much for your generosity.
Thank you indeed. So now we're coming back to the Nilfgaardian garrison. You know, because we're Witchers and we're super cool, we're not gonna bother going from the main entrance. That's lame. We're gonna just go from the background, just, you know, sneaking up on them. They don't know what's coming. They even despawn from here. That's how spooky Geralt is. They just despawn as soon as he just comes from the other side. So right now we're contacting the Nilfgaardian garrison commander. He's saying, yeah, there is a Griffin, kill the Griffin, it's gonna be fine, it's a deal. We're just talking through how we're gonna kill the Griffin. We need the bait, which we already collected because we're so good, and we need to investigate the lair, and that's what we're gonna do exactly right now. You can see that also we're leaving the badass way, because why not? So we're gonna investigate the Griffin's lair, even though the quest says that we should meet the hunter and get more information about the Griffin from the hunter. We already know everything we need from about the Griffin ourselves, so we can go exactly to its lair, because we know exactly where it is. We don't need any hints from the hunter. We can just go there right now. This is Roach. This is our horse. Roach is horrible. We hate Roach. Because as you may know by playing this game, Roach RNG is really bad. As you call your horse, it can spawn at any random locations, on these buildings and stuff. Even the developers of Witcher 3 started memeing about it a little bit in their Gwent card game, for example, and other things. But yeah, even though Roach is really terrible, we're not gonna see much of Roach in this run. I'm gonna spoil just a little bit here. But as we come into the Griffin lair, you can see that there is a dead Griffin inside. Oh my god, but we're supposed to kill Griffins. Spoilers, there are actually 2. We're gonna investigate it the best way possible. We're just gonna step away, and we already know everything, because we don't need to investigate. We're so good we even level up. And we're gonna conveniently pick another place of power, the third one right here. So we have 3 points of ability right now, ability points. And it's gonna come in handy in about 30 seconds or so, because, you know, we investigated everything about the Griffin, we got the bait, so we just come to Vesemir and we attack the Griffin. That's the important part right now, the Griffin fight. That's the moment everyone has been asking for, but also flying horses. Or corgi horses, as you may know. The developers didn't intend the fact that you can teleport while on a horse, so yeah, this is exactly what happens. So that's why, you know, Roach is just special, you know, that's why we just love her in community. Okay, so right now as I'm trying to move around the obstacles with the Roach and preparing for the fight, there's gonna be a Griffin fight. A note for the tech station, the beginning of the Griffin fight is really loud, so if you just may lower the game audio just by an inch or so before we start. Right now I'm just gonna assign some important ability points, you know, grab a potion, be bad at menuing, and we wait for Vesemir here before the Griffin fight starts. So one more quick donation there, Devil, let's go.
One quick one. We have $100 from White Rabbit Object. Great work, all of you.
Thank you so much for your generosity, everyone. So here's the Griffin. We got the crossbow to fight the Griffin from Vesemir, and the Griffin is a jerk because he flew away in the air immediately. But thankfully we get a crossbow and we actually upgraded it, so as soon as he comes back, I can just shoot it down because I'm just good at aiming and, you know, kill him, and hopefully the first phase is gonna end. Just make notes on this fight, just be aware of this fight because the things I'm doing here are just really important. You're gonna know exactly why. The first phase has ended, thankfully, so we can go to the second one. Griffin is flying away and he's gonna just change his spot to this mill over there on the right. I'm just gonna shoot one more bolt from the crossbow, do a safety save if my strat fails, and I have to say this mill is actually really beautiful, don't you think? I think it's amazing. I'm just gonna zoom in with the crossbow on it just for a second. Even though those trees cover it up a little bit, I think it's a beautiful mill, you know, just slowly going around in circles. I want to be this mill, it's just so peaceful. But enough of the mill, we can just reload the game because, you know, we don't care about the mill. But you know what's funny about Witcher 3? It's actually not Witcher 3. It's supersonic. You're gonna see exactly now. Supersonic racing, we got the power of all the Chaos Emeralds, and now we can defeat the Griffin immediately. Ladies and gentlemen, Witcher 3, ladies and gentlemen, Jesus, Witcher 3 speedrunning in a nutshell. If you had no idea what's happening here, I'm gonna explain it in just a moment. I'm gonna let you know that this is what the game is gonna look like for the rest of the run. So I hope you enjoy it, because it's really cool. So as we collect the trophy from the Griffin, we actually completed the contract, and we can continue to report to our Nilfgaardian friends. Because, you know, we completed the contract, we can talk about stuff with Yennefer, and they tell us, okay, we can get some coin to your Witcher, you know, they're tossing some coins to us. And then they say, okay, we have some information, Yennefer was actually here, she's gonna meet you later on. So right now we're just gonna chill in the inn right now, because the peasants are so happy about the fact that we've killed the Griffin. They want to throw us a welcoming party, because, you know, we exchanged some handshakes before, so we're gonna have a welcoming party here. Just give me a moment, because it's a really important welcoming party. We're just gonna all have fun. The welcoming party is over. So, I may actually explain what is happening and why is Geralt so fast. When you use a crossbow, and you upgraded the crossbow, the entire world slows down, and the Geralt moves relatively normally because you have to take a proper shot, right? The game actually remembers the difference in the speeds between Geralt and the crossbow. Normally, it's supposed to reset after, you know, you zoom out of the crossbow. But if the game does an autosave during this time you are zoomed in with a crossbow, well, the game saves that speed difference between the world and the Geralt, and if you load that save, that's the game autosave. When you zoom out with the crossbow, world goes back to normal, right? But the speed difference has to be preserved, so Geralt goes super fast. And every time I'm gonna pull out a crossbow, the Geralt will go super fast like this. You may ask, why are we not super fast right now? You just explained the really important glitch of this one. Well, we're not super fast right now because every time there is a big transition, so a change in two big areas or change between characters, the state of the game resets, so we have to reload this glitch again by just zooming in and out of the crossbow. But because in this Vesimian castle, when we have the audience with the Emperor, we cannot have any weapons, so we cannot pull out the crossbow, so it's one of the few examples we actually cannot be fast, right after the glitch is performed. Also, I'm performing a glitch called Chamberlain-less, because we're supposed to follow the Chamberlain, but we're just not gonna. We're just gonna explore the castle, because it's so beautiful, you know, the funny flowers and funny walls and stuff, you know, it's so beautiful, and this wall has no collision, so we can all go out of bounds. And, you know, it's explore out of bounds, but it's a little bit scary here. It's nothing funny happening in particular, so we're just gonna come back. Just gonna come back. We're supposed to follow the Chamberlain, but as we come back, we figure out that because we were so far away, Chamberlain actually teleports to the place he's supposed to go and opens the door for us, saving around 10 seconds. So it's actually fine. The only out-of-bounds section for the run, and we cannot find other ways to use it potentially other than just getting as far away as possible from the Chamberlain, but it's so cool. And the name Chamberlain-less is even cooler. So right now we just took everything we possibly could from the Vesimian castle, or Vesimian residence. We got in touch with Yennefer, we got in touch with the Emperor. Emperor actually tells us, okay, you found Yennefer and everything, now you have to find Ciri, because, spoilers, Ciri is actually Emperor's daughter. Who would have thought? So now he wants to find her, we want to find her, he wants to find her. We don't like each other, but we have similar goals, so we're just gonna cooperate this time. So, as we plan out, we figure out that Ciri actually visited 3 areas: Velen, Novigrad, and Skellige. We're gonna visit them all in the order I just mentioned. So right now we are in Velen, in a very big area. You know, it's really nice, but we're just gonna hop off Roach because we don't need Roach anymore. We are faster than Roach, we are Super Witchers, we are Sonic right now. So as we are Sonic, we have to go to our Nilfgaardian connection, to a Nilfgaardian agent that's been hiding in Velen for quite a while. But yeah, we're supposed to find where he is, but we exactly know where he is. As I'm calling to him, we had like time for 1 or 2 donations again. So Daredevil, there you go.
All right, we have $100 from Rin Renee. This bid incentive is Siri us. Which choice do I make?
Yeah, it's a really tough choice. Please save frames.
Save frames.
Please save frames.
Checking in on that, Save Siri has continued pulling ahead. It's at almost $5,000, and Save the Frames is at only 1,000.
I believe we can do this, Team Frames. I believe we can do this. Just go, just go.
You heard Kaadzik, just go.
Just go. As I'm going, just going, we come to the village. Apparently, oops, Wild Hunt destroyed the village where our agent was supposed to just held in. So it's bad. Let's see how our agent turns out to be like. Well, here's our agent. His name is Hendrik. Bubble thumbs in chat for Hendrik. But fortunately, he was wise enough to hide the key in his shoe. So we can open a hidden trapdoor because of this key, and now we can read notes that he made about what actually happened with Ciri in Velen. And she met 3 important characters. She met an ancient elf that we should get some info about. She met a Bloody Baron, which is apparently just ruling this area right now. And she met the Crones of the Crooked Bog, and we're gonna meet all of those 3 characters right now. We're starting with Bloody Baron, because that's the main quest right now. We're just gonna go to the Bloody Baron. Of course, as you may have noticed before, when we entered the Nilfgaardian garrison, we're not exactly just keen on entering through the main doors, you know. It seems kind of slow, right? And we're not slow. Just look at the game. It's nothing but not slow. So we're just gonna go again the badass way. As they not expect us. We're just gonna go around here, around the palisade here, hopefully not die. Okay, we didn't die. And then just continue to going around buildings that we're supposed to fall off, but we're too fast for the game to actually register. We jump into the cutscene from the outside. I missed the dialogue option, but that's fine. I can just bump into the guard and have the dialogue option again, and I can just run away from him because I don't need to talk to him. I only need to talk to the Baron himself. Hello, Baron. How are you doing? He actually met Ciri. And you know what's funny? I mentioned that the glitch actually changes between every big area and every character switch. Because in this game, we actually play as Ciri as well. In the flashbacks, for example. We actually have a Ciri flashback because Baron tries to remember what happened with Ciri. Here's Ciri. Say hi to Ciri. Ciri is actually slow, but she has a dash ability that was later on put in Celeste. Celeste clearly stolen it from the Witcher. And we have some wolves to kill. So Ciri, even though she's slow in combat and stuff, she has a dash ability, so that kinda evens out. And fun fact, Ciri's stats are broken, because in those segments when we play as Ciri, we cannot actually upgrade her abilities, because we don't have that menu, we cannot change her equipment or abilities. So by default, her basic abilities have to be super high, and they are actually higher than Geralt himself. And that's actually quite funny in the game. But yeah, if you check the files, it's actually true. Okay, so now I'm going through some of the wolf fights, because we're supposed to find the king of wolves, as you can see. I'm supposed to protect the Red Cat, this little girl that's just hanging out here. Ciri is just as good at investigating stuff than Geralt. We're just investigating 2 things and we know everything. Apparently this king of wolves is a werewolf that we're supposed to kill. So as I kill the last pack of werewolves and hope that, you know, everything goes correctly, just maybe 1 more donation.
We have $100 from Jay Zin. I tuned in for The Witcher, but got a Sonic game?
Yeah, we're basically trying to save Ciri, so it's like Amy. And we're supposed to kill the king of the Wild Hunt, Eredin, so he's basically like Eggman. He even starts with the same letter of the alphabet, so it's basically an unreleased Sonic game. Let's be real. So I shouldn't be running this. Someone like Argig or someone else should be running this game. So right now, we actually met the werewolf. Hello, werewolf. As I said, Ciri is actually broken, so a couple of hits and done. Cool. Maybe a funny ragdoll because it's the old patch? Eee! That's what happens. It can even be higher, you're gonna see it in later areas. So right now we've completed the... Oh, I forgot to split. I used light split and I forget to split. But it's all fine, it's a good run, you're gonna see in a moment. So right now we get the gist that Ciri was here and we need some information, but Baron says, some information for doing quests for me. So we're gonna do some quests for him. But right now, I'm just gonna equip this one ability and change my suit to the Nilfgaardian one that I had during the Nilfgaardian audience. Why? Because it's really fancy and it really suits Geralt's hair, don't you think? It's like really beautiful. The other thing that's really important about this suit is that it's light armor. It gives you exactly 1 armor, but it doesn't matter because our combat is just so fast. It's gonna matter later in the game, but don't think about it now. Because it's fancy and because, well, it's a light armor, and we just picked up a perk that lets us boost our fast attack by 5% every light armor piece that we have, and we have 4 of them, so our fast attacks are stronger by 20% just like that. So right now, again, Geralt is really good at investigating. During the investigation, of course, Geralt does the second best thing that he does, which is robbing someone that he just visited. And we need money in this run, so we're just gonna investigate things for Baron because his wife and his child are missing, or some stuff. And we're gonna, rob him as I wait for Geralt to, finish his dialogues. In the meantime, I actually finished started one of the side quests. That's because I overloaded Baron's dialogue so that he opens the door immediately instead of me waiting for him to knock on the door and talking about how broken they are, just like this game. And he opened them immediately because we just said, okay, I have a side quest, I have a monologue to say as a Geralt, I'm more important. So you just, do your thing, don't talk too much. Geralt is just like me. I'm talking too much, he's talking too much. I'm just not that fast. I'm just only fast at talking. I wish I was running that fast. I could be like gold medalist and stuff and be famous. Right now I'm just doing a run for a couple of thousands of people. So yeah, not that famous. But back to the actual gameplay. Right now we have to meet the Peller because we found out some pendants, some talisman that supposedly the Peller made. So we have to ask him, hey, what this talisman actually means? He wants to be attacked. These people want to attack the Peller because one of them has diarrhea. Literally, that's the whole plot. I'm not joking. I have no idea why, but peasants just want to kill Peller because one of them has diarrhea. We're just telling them, okay, in order to cure diarrhea, just take this herb and it's gonna be fine. Won't you stop killing him now? Okay, thank you, I need to talk to him. That's pretty much what happened. So right now I have to, get on good terms with Peller, so of course we're gonna do quests for him, because that's how you get on good terms in the Witcher community. And meet the princess! The princess is the goat. Peller has a goat that is named Princess, and, well, she's just annoying, because she ran away from him, and the only way for us to just give her back to him is just ringing this bell and hope that she actually goes behind us. I killed the bear on the way. You may wonder why. It was kind of unnecessary, right? Well, not so much, because the goat always goes straight away to this cave, and we're supposed to kill the bear. So if I kill it earlier, I actually don't need to do it now. Convenient, right? I even need the goat there so she doesn't stray away and doesn't do weird animations. There's also one important perk about the fact that I killed the bear earlier. If you kill the bear too fast as he spawns when the goat originally goes there, you may spawn him twice, and you have to kill him twice, which is just, not fast. So instead I want to be fast, and I kill him once by killing him before the quest. And even Geralt has a cool dialogue line for that. He just said, oh, good job for me, I actually killed the bear beforehand. It was good thinking from my side that I actually managed to think about this. Yeah, Geralt, you're just so amazing. Focus on running right now. So, we figured out that there is some curse on Baron, right? Peller, can you just let me go? Okay. There is some curse on Baron's family and on Baron himself. We want to know exactly why. And this curse made Baron party. We're gonna see how he's partying. He's just basically partying. The party is really hot and on fire, as you can see. And Baron is just doing a great job. Apparently, I'm not gonna dive too deep in the story because it's way too complicated, so I'm just gonna say there's a thing that is just trying to get on the bad terms with Baron, and we have to, enchant it. And by enchanting it, I have to just talk to it, like I just talked to Baron. So I'm just gonna, talk to Baron. He actually says truth about what happened because he lied at first, he didn't trust us. But as we did some quests for him, he actually trusts us, so we can do the botchling skip, because this is a botchling segment. This is actually the hardest trick in the game, I'm not lying, because it's really tight to do. So I'm just gonna shut up for a second. Okay, it didn't work. Too bad. This is Botchling, say hi to Botchling. This is an annoying enemy, because every 6 strong attacks I do, he's just gonna try to attack me, but I'm too fast, so I'm just gonna dodge away. Hopefully he's gonna not go into his second phase. He didn't, he was acting so nice. But basically, there is a glitch that could happen with the Botchling. I'm sad that I didn't get this, but it's still fine. There is a glitch that can happen if you push the Botchling with your R sign. That's kind of like telekinesis, you can push stuff away. away from you. If you push it with R sign between the piece of a rock and a palisade, the game freaks out and doesn't know what to do. And the game thinks, well, we would love to despawn it, but it's a mini-boss, so we just kind of cannot. So instead, the game kills it. Or despawns it, it's hittable, so it's basically the same as killing it. So the game kills him, and we could kill him immediately, but unfortunately it didn't happen. It's really precise, and as you may think, controlling fast Geralt is not that easy to be precise with. So right now we have one of the best things that can happen in The Witcher when you are super fast, escort missions. Escort missions are a really bad thing in this game. You could see the one with the gold, now we do one with the teller, because we're supposed to do a ritual. We killed the butcher, we got its blood, and we need this blood to perform a ritual, to reveal what's happening with the Baron, what curse lands upon him, where is his wife, where is his daughter, what happens with Ciri, and all this stuff. So we actually need to be really focused on this ritual, because it's an important part of the story, but there is a boring auto-scroller just before it, so like 2 or 3 donations, Daredevil. What do you think about this?
All right, we have $12 from Mr. Mary. Greetings from the Polish Peanut Gallery. Everyone's cheering. Everyone's cheering for our own Diet Coke M&M, guiding the white-haired, speedy jogger towards quick victory. Tell you what, chat. Yesterday, Kaadzik's practice run was 5 seconds behind world record. So, can we give him a chance to world record right now by saving some frames?
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Mary. He's one of my really close friends for the Polish speedrunning community. And as he said, they actually watch me from the Peanut Gallery. And shoutouts to them. They are awesome people. If you're from Poland and you like speedruns or speedrun yourself, just check out the Polish speedrunning community because we're awesome. I can vouch for that. And yeah, I was 5 seconds off my world record, so please save the frames. I mean, for the love of God, save the frames. Okay, so now we have to perform a ritual. The ritual is actually really important because, again, it's an auto-scroller. But for the good part is, we can actually do funny stuff with it. First of all, I have to light this thing on fire again. And there are some, actually this is also a loud section, so I can have to just lower the game for just a sec. For this entire fight, maybe. Because the wraiths are just a pain to hear, because they're extremely loudly when they die. So I'm just gonna hopefully do this as quick as possible. Sorry for such a late notice, but I'm too fast in everything right now. Okay, can the race? Did I quick enough? Okay, that's fine. I was barely quick enough. Okay. The good thing is I killed the first wave of race before the second one spawned, and that's important because right now I'm out of cover. I just can chill right now. Those two are stuck, so they cannot come to me, so I can just chill out right here. But I'm actually just picking up the loot from the previous ones, from the previous race that spawned. Oh, I came too close to them. But the ritual has ended. I lit the fires 3 times in a row. But I needed to loot those corpses of wraiths because I need some money in this run. Just like I need some money for saving the frames. Just please do it for the love of God. I need some money in this run because we need to travel to Skellige, which we have to do on the boat that we just paid for 1,000 crowns. And we need to buy 2 maps there for 500 crowns, so we need 1,500. Thankfully, this autoscroller section provides us with some fine ingredients we can take from those wraiths. Basically, sapphire and emerald dust that drops from them is sold for crazy amounts of money, so we're fine with money right now. Okay, so right now we basically technically finished all things connected to Baron. The game tells us we still have to report to him, but we're not gonna, because, you know, 1 hour later, when we complete every single other quest line, because we don't care about Baron anymore, we actually have to come back to Baron, because apparently Ciri was in Velen last, but we don't know this yet. So we have to come to Baron last. So instead of reporting this now, we can report this to him later and then start the next quest line with Velen, which is convenient, right? So right now we start the next quest line with Kira. Kira is the best character in the series, and if you hear my voice being a little bit ironic, you may wonder why. I hate this section, because basically it's a lot of auto-scrollers. Kira is awful, and we're gonna actually do some fun stuff with Kira at the end of her section, so say hi to Kira. Hello Kira, I hope you don't like her as much as I do, because this whole section, even though it's not that long, is just really annoying, and you're gonna see exactly why in just a moment. First of all, Kira tells us that Ciri is supposed to meet with an ancient elf, so that's one of the other info that we had to make, right? She met with an ancient elf, and he actually left some messages for Ciri here in these ruins. So we're trying to explore those ruins as well and see if we can find those messages and they can help us. But right now Kira is bad, so because she's afraid of rats. So we have to kill the rat's nests that are there. Sadly, the only way to kill rat's nests at this point are bombs that we're not gonna use for the entire game in the old patch. And the Igni sign, when I just put them on fire, as you could see here. But the thing is, while you're in combat, the stamina that is required to casting a sign regenerates really slowly. So what I do is I put one of the nests on fire, then go out of the room, wait for Geralt to go out of combat, regenerate the stamina bar, come back, throw another Igni. By the way, Geralt is surfing, but you may have already noticed. Do another one, and then we can finally go, because Kira is just so amazing of a character. Right now we're just trying to explore the riddles that were left by the ancient elf, but because I know all the solutions and because we are such a great swimmers, we can just go. I really hate this particular section because Kira can just softlock here, so I'm just gonna try to go really slowly with Kira here. And hopefully this will work. Really slowly, Kira, please cooperate, please come with me here. Activate the boss fight. Okay, say hello to Golem. There's a pretty tough fight, never mind, it's over. If you use the Gwen sign, which is this field under him, basically he slows down immediately. Also I got damaged by his corpse for some reason, but that's never mind. I loot him because of that, because he was a jerk, because he damaged me. You know, we triggered the fight, we hit him from the behind, which deals critical damage, and we slow him down by using Sign. And right now the best section of the run, which is even bigger out of scroller. That's because, you see those portals? These portals generate white frost or snowstorm. If I go out of this area, that protective area that Kira made, I actually take damage, so I actually have to be careful. The only way that Kira is actually useful for us. But she's gonna be useless in just a moment, because she's supposed to close these portals. And there are gonna be enemies going out of these portals. But instead of waiting for her to close these portals, because that's long, even though she uses advanced magic, she passes away at the end. I'm just gonna do this. Boom, closed. I'm better, you know? And because she was so awesome, she dabs right now. Like, you may wonder why I don't like this character. She did nothing and then she dabs for it. What's happening here? We're not supposed to close these portals. Later in the game, like in the Battle of Kermoren, the final battle, we learned that those portals are actually opened by the Wild Hunt that we are actually chasing in these ruins. And the game tells us that we can close them with Dimitrium bombs or using the Irden sign. But the game didn't tell us this right now. And all the speedrunners thought, well, what if we use the same technique on the same portals that appear way earlier in the game? Apparently it works. So, you know, in Lore of the Witcher, it's actually funny, because in Lore of the Witcher, signs are the most basic form of magic. Like, everyone laughs at the Witchers because this is the only form of magic they can learn, because it's the most basic one. And every magician and sorcerer that is out there just laughs in their face, because they just use only the basic ones, right? They use the advanced ones, like Kira here with just wiggling her hands. In the meantime, this basic form of magic kills the portals in 1 second and not in 1 minute. So yeah, thank you. Oh, I was talking too much, so I was actually too late and the enemy spawned. You see, I was too cocky. But I'm just gonna wait for them to come into this area. Can you pick up the sword? Because I really like to fist fight, but you know, sword is better. The portal is closed, so I can kill them, you know, without taking any damage. Askira is fading away because she used so much power by doing absolutely nothing that she faints away right now. So yeah, she faded away because, you know, it was so tiring. Before the last boss, I'm actually talking, so I'm just gonna hydrate for a second, and Daredevil, bring us some donations.
All right, we have $10 from Zero Shark Guy. Tossin' a coin to my Witcher. Good luck on the run. Save Ciri always.
No. Thanks for the donation, but no.
We have $10 from Nick. Glad to see Glad to see Witcher 3 in a GDQ for the first time. We have been working hard in the community to gain some exposure for this amazing game. We're all cheering for you in the Discord, but the question remains: who will you romance? Yennefer, Triss, or Kira? We gotta save Ciri, as we always kill her during runs. Sorry, Kaadzik.
Don't even put Kira as an option. You know it's Team Shani all the time, or actually Team Roach. The thing is, if you've read the books like I did, you know it's Team Yennefer. If you've only played the games, you know it's Team Twist. So I've read the books, so it's Team Yennefer for me. By the way, it's the boss fight. It's not anymore. We're just so bad, so good at this game. I wanted to say so bad, but we're not bad. We're amazing. We're just so fast. And yeah, Nick Black was from the Witcher speedrunning community. Shoutouts to all of you guys. Thank you for coming to the Discord and donating. Witcher speedrunning community is also cool. If you want to try speedrunning The Witcher yourself, you can just check it out. We have some tutorials. I've made some for the old patch. They are also for all of the other categories made by other guys. So make sure to check those out. Oh, I didn't got a message, but that doesn't matter. Right now, there's the best part of the section, the Kira section, coming right now because we finished it. And the best part is we don't actually need to finish the dialogue with Kira, because even though the quest says follow Kira, we're not gonna. We're just gonna leave her in this cave for the rest of the game. Because the thing that triggers the progress in the plot is not actually Kira herself, it's the book that she gave us, and I read before I dissolved the what was the word? Illusions right there. So Kira is not required for completing the game, so we can just ignore her. That's the best reward I can get from actually, playing this section. So right now, Kira's section is over. We can go to Crooked Bog section. So we're gonna go to the Crooked Bog. I hope I'm not gonna break my legs on the way, because I'm notorious for going the wrong way here, even though I have my own setup, which is quite weird because you see I go sideways, but trust me, I know the way. I'm just gonna go through some mountains to a place. I'm just going through the Crooked Bog. That's the I think I'm saying this name incorrectly, but right now it's Crooked Bog. I don't care at this point. It's Crooked Bog. So I'm going through some mountains here, with those amazing views right here. You can just look at it, how amazing it is. Normally, of course, you wouldn't be able to climb here, but we are super witchers. Hopefully I won't take much damage here. It's fine, okay. During my last run I had 1 HP here, so thankfully that didn't happen. Because we wanna just unlock a fast travel point here and turn away, because we're gonna need it for later, and it's conveniently on the way. Obviously you could hear how much is on the way. Please Geralt, don't get stuck. Okay, right now we actually go to the Crooked Bog. And because we read a book, we can actually visit the bog. Oh, I turned a little to the left. It's right here. Because I read the book that Kira gave us, I can actually be here. And the cutscene triggers. So hello everyone from the Crooked Bog. Hello old lady on the Crooked Bog. You look familiar. But I'm gonna talk about it in just a moment, because that's kind of important quest stuff. First of all, we need to do some stuff on the Crooked Bog, because apparently this is quite weird. This is an orphanage in the middle of the... Oh, okay, I missed a dialogue, so I'm gonna reload the save because of that, because I don't want to play hide and seek with the kids here, so you might as well throw in a donation.
We have $20 from Verxel. Not a good haiku. Toss a coin to your Witcher. Enjoy GDQ.
We can throw even more right now.
We have $100 from Pork Bun Powered. Winds howling.
Yeah, that's the dialogue line that Geralt says the most when nothing else happens, and you're gonna hear it a lot. And it's Japanese, so yeah. Right now I should press the second button. There are a lot of dialogues in the game, and I'm trying to concentrate on running, so sorry for everything, but please be aware that I'm trying my best right now. So right now we need to find Johnny, because this is a weird orphanage, as I was trying to say before I failed. Because it's an orphanage in the middle of the bog, surrounded by monsters. It's something wrong with it, right? And we have to find out exactly what. Also, there's this old lady that is familiar to someone we should know. And also there's Johnny. Here's Johnny, this little guy over here that just lives on the bog. Say hi to Johnny. Here's Johnny. He's a goblin, but he doesn't have a voice, because it was stolen by the witches and put somewhere up there. So we're just gonna go there exactly. Even though we're supposed to, follow him, we know exactly where the voice is. We're just gonna come here, and he's magical, so he just teleports, obviously. And we're gonna climb this mountain just like that, because we're super witchers. And there are some harpies in the air, but if we use our style on them, they should, at least most of them should drop. There's also a wyvern you can see on the right. I hope I won't aggro the wyvern, because that's another fight I don't want to. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna descend the mountain the same way, because that's quick. And Johnny, here's your voice. You can actually talk right now. And he tells us that, well, the Crooked Bog actually is enchanted, and it's protected by the witches. Oh, Gareth, please don't fistfight with the monsters. Please don't fistfight with the monsters. That's a stupid idea. It's protected by the witches, and it's even weirder right now. We have to resolve this issue, so we're just gonna meet the witches. Of course not in person, because they're technically non-existent. They are from another world, right? But we're just gonna meet them through this very important cutscene. And by the way, the dagger. The dagger is very important. Note about this dagger. The dagger is important because it's the only non-skippable cutscene in the game, so make sure you note the dagger. And you're gonna see in a moment why the dagger is important. First of all, I'm gonna just go around, even though I'm just gonna talk to the elderman of one of the villages. You know, I'm just gonna go here. Oh, there's a cave. I wanna know what's in there. There's a werewolf fight that I'm gonna skip because I don't care. I'm a Witcher Slayer. I'm the Monster Slayer, so I'm just gonna ignore all the monsters on the way. I'm a little bit low on health. I hope I won't die. Here's the tree spirit. Hello, nice tree spirit. Die. Also, it's gonna be loud, so sorry again for being too late in that. This is gonna be just for a moment. I feel really bad for that. I said I was gonna do all the prompts for the loud noises, and I'm just forgetting about it. I'm terribly sorry. Okay, so we killed the tree spirit, right? Why? Why would you do this? We now go to the, the main guy in this town, and apparently he gives us a quest to kill this tree spirit, and we actually killed him. You know why the dagger is important? Because we see this exact cutscene twice in a row. This dagger is such an important thing that it's the only unskippable cutscene in the game, and we see it twice during one quest. This makes me angry. But yeah, right now we have a Siri segment. Yay, hello Siri, the most important Siri segment when Siri just dashes and dashes and dashes and the end of the Siri segment. Love it. The best segment ever. Why cannot every segment of Siri be like this? You just dash and it's fine. No fights, no anything, just, dashing. So right now we basically finished Velen, so we just one area completed. We can now go to Novigrad. We are around 40 minutes into the run and we've already finished Velen. I wonder how much hours you took to actually get to Velen. So right now we have to go to Novigrad because that's the next area Siri was in. And we actually have some friends in Novigrad that can help us. But before we meet them, I have to actually get to the town. How do we do this, you may ask? Well, there are a couple of ways to get to Novigrad. You can just pay the guards to let you through the bridge. You can just use a pass to go through the bridge. You can swim through like a regular normal person would, because that's the fastest way as a fast Witcher. And funny thing is, the game actually acknowledges the fact that you can swim through and gives you EXP for that, because you are so smart. You can see here, you are so smart that you could actually realize, wait, I can just swim, right? And yeah, I love the fact that those little details are actually in the game. But as I'm just running in the 90s to the Novigrad, you can hop on with some more donations, Daredevil.
We have $10 from Pharaoh. Hey Kaadzik, I kind of cursed your run at Summer ESA last year with a donation about the fall damage.
I remember that. Hey, hello.
Yeah, so I'm just going to keep my mouth shut this time around. Good luck on this great run, and let's save Siri gamers.
Please don't. But thank you so much for the donation. Yeah, during ESA I was doing the same run, and I had a donation that the Butcher is so good, but as soon as he falls from a small height, he dies. And the next 10 seconds I actually die from fall damage. So it was a very well-timed donation. And yeah, I really enjoyed the fact that you are watching again. Thank you so much for watching and for support. Thank you everyone for watching and for support. Keep donating to GTQ because it's an awesome cause. Right now, we are in Novigrad because there's plot happening. We're supposed to get to the important guy here, to the guy called King of Beggars, because apparently he knows about this stuff. He knows about this town. Basically, in this town, there are 4 gangs that rule it. One of them is the gang ruled by King of Beggars. So we come here, we apparently know the password, because why not? And we meet Triss, because she's actually also cooperating with King of Beggars. Hello, Triss, how are you doing? We're just gonna do some quests for Triss right now, because we are just reminiscing some old times, how was it going from the past couple of games, dashing through the story, and, dashing through the battles. We're gonna do some quests for her. We're gonna go grab a package for her in the meantime. And yeah, about the story in Novigrad in just a brief moment. Siri was here, and the best way to actually get to know what was happening in Novigrad is to get in touch with 4 big gangs of Novigrad. What? Carol? Can you use it? Okay. Use a secret brick here to open the passage. There are 4 gangs ruling the Novigrad, even though there's technically like police and stuff, but there are actually 4 gangs just ruling the city and no one cares. and we want to be in the good touch with all of the gangs. So we're just gonna, you know, meet all of them very, very soon. We're just gonna retrieve the package to the Tris. Hello, Tris. We're gonna do some parkour because we're super witchers, and we're gonna go into a very non-suspicious guy that's gonna give us a very non-suspicious quest of just eradicating this warehouse. The abandoned warehouse, nothing happens, but there are a lot of rats. So I'm just gonna place some rat traps over here around this sewer thingies on the floor. The hitboxes are actually really slow, so I'm trying to click. And surprise, surprise, it's actually a trap. So yeah, he actually wanted to give us out to witch hunters, because witches and sorcerers are not supposed to be in this town because people don't like them. Or witch hunters don't like them, and the ruler doesn't like them. So there are witch hunters that are basically they're just killing everyone they find. So it was a trap, but because we're witchers, we're fine. It's all fine. And we save Tris. Right now I'm just gonna do some additional points for myself, and we're gonna continue with Tris in the late game, because we're just not gonna do anything for her right now. Right now we have to meet Corinne Tilly. Corinne Tilly is an Oneiromancer. If you know what the Oneiromancer means, don't worry, nobody knows. This means that she can dream about something that happened from the past when you tell her about it. That's how it works, basically. But she's right now cursed, literally, because there is this abandoned, scary mansion that she's supposed to figure out what's happening in. And there's actually Godling, the same as Johnny, just trying to trick her and doing funny stuff to her. So it's just a kid, so the kid doesn't know what actually she's doing. So we're just gonna go there to the bottom floor to meet the Godling and tell her, okay, you're not so harmful, you can stay here, but just let my Oneiromancer, you know, from the bad dreams. I actually need to talk to her, because she can dream about Siri. That's such a great idea, right? She can dream about Siri, about what happened here. And sadly for us, Siri met with Dandelion in this town. And if someone meets with Dandelion, that means trouble. And it's gonna be a lot of trouble, because Dandelion, spoilers a little bit, I'm gonna talk about it later even more, he's in prison right now. So, yeah, everything went fine, right? What can go wrong when someone meets Dandelion? So right now we're just trying to figure out where is Dandelion, at least in the moment, we're just gonna try to figure out where is Dandelion, what happened to him, and we're gonna meet another character in the inn that he's actually running, Zoltan, because he and the Dandelion had bought an old inn that they are actually running, and we can, you know, talk to him and figure out what happened to Dandelion. But in the meantime, as I'm going there, you can read some donations again.
We have $50 from Miss Dinosaur. Lovely cause, lovely game. The Witcher is awesome, SGDQ is awesome, and this is the perfect mix to end the day. Good luck with the run, and greetings from Germany.
Thank you so much for your donations, everybody. Thank you so much. Okay, so right now we have to greet some of the peasants that surprisingly just came into this establishment. So we greeted them, we picked up a book. That's important, because apparently Dandelion was writing stuff in his diary. Like, that was weird. Dandelion is too big of a self-centered person to actually have a diary, so something is fishy. In this diary, he talks about random girls that he picked up in the Novigrad, because he loves picking up girls. He's this kind of guy. Everyone knows one guy like this, right? They just pick up girls over and over again. That's Dandelion for you. So we're just gonna walk back through his tracks, meet some of the girls that he met, and figure out any informations from them. And funny thing about this quest, we go around the town, we meet with so many girls and hear their backstories with Dandelion, and we get absolutely no information. And after we talk to 3 of the girls, I believe? 3 of the girls, yeah. We get the info from Zoltan, like he tells us actually, okay, I have the info right now, you can actually do this and this. But you have to meet some of the girls, so meet Rosa, she likes this. She tells us that she's gonna give some informations if we're gonna do this. I'm not judging, I'm just saying that's her thing. That's cool. So she actually tells us, well, nothing, because as I mentioned, we learn absolutely nothing special about Dandelion ourselves. So she's gonna go to another girl that he met, Molly. And with Molly, we actually have to go to the horse racing establishment. So we're just gonna click 1 and 2. Yes, okay, I still remember dialogues. I'm not that bad at the game. Okay, so I'm gonna meet with Molly. There's gonna be a funny stuff happening. Maybe I can pull it off again. Because in this game, because you're super fast, the physics are kind of broken, and you can perform what's called a mega jump. They're not consistent as anything in this game, as everything in this game, but you can do this. Whee! You can just jump, because if you run really fast for a certain angle, the game somehow stores the momentum you've had, and because Geralt's running super fast, he's also jumping away at much high speed. But because it's not consistent, it's the replayability of this thing is so low. It's actually not that many. It doesn't have that many uses in speedruns, but it's consistent in this one area when it doesn't help at all. But it's just funny to show off. So right now we have to talk to the third girl, which is Vespula. Sadly, you have to pay her off because she's attacked right now. But yeah, we lost some coins that we need. So toss the coins to saving the brains, please. We lost some coins we have to pay because we had to pay off the guys that, you know, were bugging her. And right now we talk to Zoltan and figure out, well, there's this Priscilla girl that actually Dandelion was doing something with. So you can just now go. She's doing a concert right now. And I'm just gonna let you all listen to it before I actually have to meditate right now. So before we do this, I'm actually gonna... Why cannot I meditate? Hello? Because I stumbled upon one person. I'm just gonna meditate. Okay, can I meditate? Game. Okay, clock's actually moving. Wow, for a second I thought I crashed. The game can crash because it's the old patch, of course. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the concert. Enjoy this little piece of music. I'm gonna be shut silent. 10 out of 10. The greatest song in my life, I've heard in my life. It's so adorable. Yeah, of course we're gonna skip it. It's a speedrun. Come on, save the frames. But at least it's funny, and you can hear some claps in the background. And when you speed it up so quickly, it's actually pretty nice, you know, guitar riff, or actually whatever instrument actually Priscilla uses. I don't know the English name, so let's go with that. Okay, so we're gonna go to the bathhouse, apparently, because all of the gang leaders, except one, are meeting in the bathhouse. So we're just gonna come here and intrude to the pod. Now drink a potion, because it's the potion I'm using, Thunderbolt, boosts my attack. I drink it before here, even though I'm unequipping myself, but, you know, the potion is still in use, so I can use it because, surprise, surprise, there's an ambush. The fourth guy wasn't here at the meeting because he actually set up an ambush. He's the bad guy, and unfortunately for us, because, you know, Siri met Dandelion, he's the guy that we got in trouble with, that Dandelion and Siri got in trouble with. Of course, it's the bad guy from all those four guys. So we just talk to all the other ones and say, well, help me, please. And one of them is actually D-Scrap, or DJ Skra, how I say it. Because DJ Skra, actually, you know, he's a character returning from the previous games. He's actually a Redanian spy. I don't like him personally. Well, he has informations, and because he is a spy, obviously. So we obviously have to help him, but exchange of information, as usual in this game. So we're gonna help him because someone robbed him. Someone robbed him of his gold that he had so much that, you know, it's kind of important stuff, right? You know, losing some gold. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just help him. So we're gonna go to the sewers, investigate, because we're so good at investigating, and we're investigating so fast that the dialogues overlap, but that's fine. We're gonna kill some drowners at the end because that's the third thing we have to investigate. As I said, Geralt is so good at investigating that we've just done everything. Also, I love how the animation of Geralt investigating stuff, the waving head is also sped up, but the time he spends in it is actually not sped up, so we still have to look at it. At least that's fine. So we've investigated everything here already. We can come back to DJ Skra and say that, you know, something blew up here. There was a bomb. We found some fragments of the bomb. Maybe there are some other traces in the rest of the bathhouse that you own, right? So we're just gonna go around and find that there is one additional piece here with the initials of M-H, I believe? So, some initials. One of them is H. And because there is this guy Henkel that was highly praised, but he's actually dead. So how could he produce a bomb? That's interesting. We're gonna dive into this a little bit more in a second. But right now, we also got some info on the last guy, Junior, because you know, Junior was the bad guy, so we have to investigate. By investigating, I mean, you know, just destroying his stuff. Because we know that Siri met him, so he obviously had to do some bad things. I'm doing strong attacks here, because if I do fast attacks, even though I have finishers turned off in the options, in the old patch, they still can happen. Except when you use strong attacks, the chances are a little bit lower. So I'm just gonna, try to get through these guys and actually find out that there is this small guy happening here, and he gives us a very important piece of information that Junior is actually having a deal with Redanians, because DJ Skra is actually no longer a Redanian spy. He's a former Redanian spy, but he just still knows how to spy things, right? But Redania actually made a deal with Junior, and he doesn't know this. Maybe he can help us to get through this. But we have to help him first. So we get to this house, it's an abandoned house of this Henkel guy. But there are two important things. There is a weird note, and there is this bottle here that we are, examining by doing this all the time. And apparently, if we put this wine bottle in the correct slot here, we can actually open a secret passage. And there is a secret passage. And the secret passage is a letter from Dudu, the Doppler. And we are actually gonna find him, because we're not telling this to DJ Skra yet, but the ones that actually stole stuff from DJ Skra was Dandelion, Siri, and other crew. So yeah, you can see that plot thickens right here. But first of all, we know that, Dandelion is held captive by witch hunters. So we have to break him out of jail. So we try to bargain with Caleb Menge, the big guy in the witch hunters, like the leader, I guess, something along those lines. So we're just gonna go talk to him. We're gonna set a bait for him that we're turning Triss here, turning in Triss here, in hope that he doesn't see through our lie and everything goes fine. It doesn't, because Triss breaks away because they're trying to torture her in the meantime, so she kills Caleb Menge, and he's dead. And he's the only person that could release Dandelion, because the only way to release a prisoner is by the actual command from the leader of the witch hunters, which is now dead, which is bad. And even worse, Triss is setting this establishment on fire, and it's burning. So we have a problem, because the only way to get the Dandelion out is gone. Unless it's not. Because we get the information that, we give the Discord information about his stolen stuff, we give him his key, and we also get some information about Redanians. And we're gonna meet another character from the Witcher franchise, Vernon Roche. Apparently he's still alive after Witcher 2. And he's just hiding here and waiting for his opportunity, and he's actually cooperating with Redanian King. And we're gonna just politely ask him to help us, and he actually does. And we get to meet one of the Redanian contacts. So we're gonna do exactly that. First of all, one important thing, I mustn't go too deep into this cave. I have to stay right here. Because this cave is a little bit bugged if you're too fast as a Witcher. Sorry, if you're going too fast, the guards will actually aggro on you and will shoot you, one-shot you, and you'll die. Because they first aggro on something, and then the script of figuring out is it an enemy or not actually triggers. So kill first, ask questions later, I guess. And we don't want that, so we're just not gonna zoom in there, just patiently wait in front before the cutscene starts. So we're meeting with the Redanian spy. Boom! It's actually the king. It's actually Radovid, and we're gonna talk to him. He's kind of a weird guy. But he actually gives away Junior, just like that, and we think it's fishy. But nonetheless, we get to Junior, we can just talk to him patiently about what happened to Siri. So I'm just gonna spend some ability points and get to his establishment in a really tricky way, like this. There's a gate in front, but it requires me to talk to people, and I don't like talking to people. I'd much rather just kill them, so we're just gonna patiently talk to people inside instead of outside, that's how it works. And we're gonna convince them to let us through. I drank a potion, so that should make this fight a little bit quicker. You can see on the minimap that another 4 guys have spawned in the corner, but if I did everything right in this segment, I actually forgot to drink the potion, so I'm just gonna drink it here. Now, can you use the sword, Geralt? Those guys don't aggro on me because they are behind the wall, and this saves at least 4 enemies killed, obviously. So here's Junior. Hello, Junior. You're a bad guy. I'm beating the crap out of you to get some information, right? And he actually tells that he met Siri. Siri, as I said, with Dandelion, tried to rob him. Tried to rob Discra, sorry. But actually, they also wanted to, get into some weird stuff with him. Maybe get some help from Junior. To be fair, I actually don't remember. I haven't played the base game casually for quite a while. But they got in contact with Junior. They wanted to get in contact with Junior. They wanted, oh yeah, they wanted to release Dudu, because Dudu, the Doppler that we're supposed to save, is still here. And we actually released Dudu to... Okay, now I remember. It took me a while. So here's Dudu, and here's this little guy on the over there is Dudu, and this is Junior. So we patiently try to convince Junior to give away the Dudu. Dudu runs away as we try to convince him, so that's good for us. And Dudu is gonna be helpful for the heist with this crowd. Okay, so I'm sorry for messing up the lore, but it's all fine right now. So now we're just gonna escape because we released Dudu. That's all that matters. So you may connect the dots, right? If you're smart enough, like. The only way for us to release Dandelion right now from this mess he's in is to get Khaled Menge to release him in person. But Khaled Menge is dead, but no one knows it yet. And there's our friend Dudu, who is a Doppler, and the Doppler thing means that he can turn into every other human he knows, including Khaled Menge. So we now have to find Dudu. And convince him that, well, hey, can you just please help us free Dandelion by turning into Khaled Menge and getting him out? And that's what's our main goal right now. But we have to find Dudu first, because he's hiding somewhere in the city. First of all, well, as I've mentioned, Redanian King just sold the Junior like this, like right away, nothing special. But yeah, we were pretty convinced that it wasn't a one-sided deal. He wants us to do something for him, which we're not gonna do, because why not? I actually stole some stuff from them. You know this feeling that when you want to talk to someone, but you're too fast, so instead of talking to them, you just rob their house, like it's normal in the Witcher community. So yeah, we're just gonna come back here, and we need to figure out the way to bait Dudu out, because he's hiding somewhere in the city. He's some other person, right? Because he can change their looks, so he's basically just in hiding right now. And we're gonna perform a play about Dopplers with Priscilla, because she's a bard. And this way, he can hear about the play, hear that we are there for him, and we need his help. And that way, we can actually convince him to play with us. You can see that plot in this world is actually really complicated. But yeah, once it all comes down together, it comes down together. First of all, what a nice poster, but I wanted to talk to this guy. Not rob him again, but just talk to this guy. We have to pay for a ticket to go to Madame Irina. Because here's Madame Irina, and we want to put a play. And because we know Priscilla, which is a cool bard and an actress as well, we can actually put on a play, because, Madame Irina is cool and stuff, but we need to hire some ushers. Because ushers are gonna be important. If you don't have any ushers for your play, well, the crowd, if they don't understand the play, they're just gonna, fight, and that's bad. So as I'm trying to find some ushers here, maybe hear like 1 or 2 donations again.
We have $5 from Parada. You're not fooling me. I know you wouldn't let Ciri die. Also, Plotka is the best girl and deserves some love.
Plotka is a Polish name for roach, if you don't know. Yeah, but we don't use roach for the entirety of the run. So yeah, if you want to actually watch roach in action, you can see basically any other category in the game. So right now we're supposed to set a play, and we have to choose actors. Fortunately, the best options are just me spamming 1 all the time in the dialogue. And actually, I have to play the play myself, because I'm one of the actors, because there's a Witcher there. Because Doppler is a monster band. I remember, hopefully, the correct dialogues here, because I'm supposed to read the script and learn it, but I learned it already. So I am playing the play. Can you tell us, Daredevil, how are we on the visual right now, between the good ending and better ending when Ciri dies? I still think that saving Ciri is in the lead, but can you tell me exactly, has the gap closed already or not? Okay, I'm just gonna hear it in a second, probably. In the meantime, I'm just gonna continue. Right now we set a trap, everything went fine, and we have to release Dandelion. Unfortunately, the only thing that we managed to do is, instead of releasing him immediately, is to set a escape route for him. He's been transferred from one prison to another, so we attack the transport and get him away, right? Well, things go wrong again, because apparently he's being captive in some other place, so we have to go to this other place. But this is the last thing we actually have to do in Novigrad, literally last thing. We rescue Dandelion, he tells the story about what actually happened with Ciri and how she ended up in other area, and we can continue forward to Skellige, my favorite area in the game. You know why? Because it's so beautiful, it has so many good looks, and because it's the shortest area in the entire run, because no matter how beautiful it is, in this segment, before we actually meet Ciri for the first time, we need to do only 3 quests on Skellige. Even though it's the largest area in the game, we literally need to do only 3 quests to progress the story. Which is ridiculous if you think about it, but yeah, that's how it's programmed. I didn't think that you actually have to do so little in this game to progress, but yeah. Good thing speedruns exist. So right now there's an important fight I actually have to focus on. Because, first of all, I have low... Thanks, Geralt. Can you just stop blocking? I have low health, and this guy has a funny sword that I want. And it's actually a good sword, so it's fine. Okay, I'm hearing that you're here, Daredevil. Can you tell me how is the build war going on right now?
Yes. So the gap has gotten smaller. We have Save Ciri. We have Save Ciri with $5,500. And we have Save the Frames with $2,500. So that's a gap of about 3,000. Yeah, that's a gap of 3,000.
We can do this. Just one big snipe. Can someone just have like $3,000 lying in their wallet waiting for a good opportunity? Just it's the greatest one of the marathon. I'm telling you. Okay, so now it's the Ciri segment I was talking about. We're just, you know, as Ciri segment goes, we're just gonna dash through the escape. The game baited us to use the horse, but we know that horses are slow in this game. Why would we use them? We can just use Ciri. And this fight is actually fine because we can just use strong attacks and they die. Hopefully. Don't block me too much. Okay, double kill, that's nice. So we can complete this fight pretty quickly, dash through the doors, and that's the end of the Ciri segment. So we can actually get to Skellige. And that's the important part when I was talking about money. Because, as I said, we need money and we need 1,500 crowns right now. So I'm just gonna go to the blacksmith, sell all the stuff I have, and pray that it's actually more. With my routing, because I did the money routing in this game, it should be enough. I'm also changing swords because, as I've mentioned, the one that I got is actually better. I'm going to the blacksmith, selling everything, and just praying that it works. You can go have with some emotes in the chat if you want for getting the run better. And we'll actually see. I'm pretty confident I did some good stuff with money here. So just, you know, mash space for a moment. I bought something that's bad. Can I sell stuff? I want to sell, not buy. Hello. Okay. I know I don't have enough coin because I want to sell. Jeez. Okay, I have enough. Even though I misclicked and bought something for some reason, I still had enough. That's cool. We can zoom into Skellige, and what bad can happen, right? We can just take the boat, pay the money to the captain, let's row. It's all gonna be fine. We're not gonna crash or anything, right? It's gonna be cool. It's just Witcher 3 stuff. We get a nice cutscene. Okay, I lied. There are 2 unskippable cutscenes. This is the second one, and this one also goes twice. So yeah, I'm sorry I lied earlier about the dagger. But yeah, unfortunately, pirates attack us. So there's a pirate attack, and I have to use my potion again and just talk to the pirates that patiently. Maybe they should leave us away, you know. I didn't want to go on their thing because that's slowing me down a little. Gal can just walk around normally instead of just doing very weird pathing. Okay, that should be enough. Okay, I have to kill everyone. Sometimes this segment makes me kill only like half of them and it's already gone. Sometimes I have to kill all of them. And the ship crashed. Who would have thought? After the attack, something bad happened, storm and stuff, and we crashed. But we survived because we're cool. And the good thing is we can just rob our own ship because there's a funny sword that's right here. One of the better silver swords in the game that we're gonna use, because silver is for monsters and steel sword is for convincing people. So as we convince the guys, we're actually gonna convince peacefully this guy to sell us some maps. As I've mentioned, we need maps and we need to go to Skellige by using a ship. So I didn't mention this earlier, but you can unlock points to teleport to in this game in 2 ways. Either by visiting them once already, as I did in Velen when I was passing through the village in the mountains, or by reading a map, as I did right now. And thankfully enough, those 2 maps that I bought and I read, basically give us all the fast travel points that we need for the rest of the this area. Except very few that we have to unlock ourselves, but that doesn't matter. it's still a very good time save because we're just gonna throw some money into the faces of the merchants, and we're gonna explore the. We're gonna skip the exploration of the entirety of the islands because, you know, even though they are beautiful, like, you look at the view, it's so good. But yeah, we don't have time for sightseeing. We have time for just going to the party because that's exactly what we're gonna do. In Skellige, we need to figure out what happened because there was a big explosion in Skellige just that burned the entirety of the forest, and we think it has to be something with Ciri. So we're just gonna go to the Ermion's laboratory. Ermion is a druid, and he has a mask. If we wear a mask, we can see the memories of things that happened in the places where powerful sources of magic are, which is conveniently the things that are left in the forest. Steal the mask, know things about Ciri. That's what matters. So the first thing we need to do, obviously, is to steal the mask. Also, if you didn't notice, we reconciled with Yennefer. Do I have to go here? Yeah. So as we're trying to steal stuff from Ermion, we can hear one of the donations. Yeah.
We have $10 from Dreamshade. Waited for Witcher 3 to donate because it is my favorite game of all time. Good luck to the runner and stay healthy, guys.
Exactly. Thank you so much for the good luck. Maybe once more.
We have $5 from Poker Fakwati. We probably broke a voice chat record yet again. So many people from the Polish speedrunning community here watching and cheering. Save the frames all the way.
Thank you so much, guys. Again, shout out to the Polish speedrunning community. They're amazing people. They're really cool. I'm actually living with Poker. He's behind the wall in the second room. So he's listening to me in both ways, both through the stream and live. And right now, because it was a hallucination section, Geralt faints, and it goes back alive because all of the animations are sped up, including Geralt's fainting. So we're not supposed to faint. We're supposed to faint for the longest time ever until the fade to white happened right here. But because we're super fast, we get up immediately during the fade out. So right now I have to wait for Yennefer. So because I'm Polish, I'm just gonna polish this statue because it's so amazing. You know, it's got me thinking a little bit. But yeah, we actually open a secret passage. Yay! This secret passage leads to a fight with Golem. Hey Golem, how you doing? So this Golem needs some treatment, so we're gonna give him some treatment. Boom, the end. So now we have a very important escape section. We have to escape because there's a trap, there's a poisonous gas around us, and we have to find the exit. And by finding the exit, I mean wait for Yennefer to actually teleport us, so we can throw in 1 or 2 donations again.
Alright, we have $10 from G. Klein. Save Ciri? Have you ever used an iPhone? She's useless. Save those frames.
Yeah, save the frames. Give me once more.
We have $100 from the Cat Umbrella. Sorry, Ciri, but I want to see that potential world record.
Thank you so much, guys, for everything, and for hopefully having fun during the run as much as I have, even though we've made some mistakes, but it's a part of the journey. We are in part of the journey. So I'm just gonna meditate here really quick. Did I meditate actually? Did the meditation complete? Okay, it did it, okay. Okay, now it did. There's a combination of keys that you can do for a quick meditation, because after you meditate, you replenish all of your potions, and we actually need potions relatively soon. So that's why I did it right now. Even though I should use technically one of them for Ermion's Golem in the laboratory, but that's whatever. So now there's gonna be a very cool section of the game. I actually measured all of the things that was connected to dialogues, and that's why I know for a fact that Japanese is the fastest from all of the languages. Again, by astounding 4 seconds, but I'm taking it anyway, because I spent 2 days on timing it. So eventually it's gonna pay off, right? That's how it works. So in this section, we're supposed to wait for the dialogues of Yennefer to go through, and Jesus, this foglet, can you spawn? And can you get hit? Okay, finally. This fight should take much less amount of time. But yeah, we're with Yennefer, we get the mask that we stole from the druid. And those little sparkles here are the visions we're supposed to view. And in normal patch, in the current patch, you just view the visions and that's it. But in the old patch, well, because you're super fast, you can do many cool things during those visions, because you are super fast. I can pull up my sword right now, waiting for the dialogues because I have to wait for them. I can come here, put up the mask, watch the thing before Yennefer actually reaches here. Even though she tells me to watch out before she even sees what's happening. And I can talk to her about it before she saw it. Basically, the thing that triggers the dialogue with Yennefer, it's not her seeing it, but us seeing it. So I can just rush to the next point, see it, come back to Yennefer, talk to her, and repeat that over and over again. And because Yennefer is really slow and we are not slow, we're just gonna come here, as you can see, view the images, you know, really high technology, nice VR they had in like 1200s. You can see I come back to Yennefer and everything is fine. She talks to me. Right now she dabs just like Kira did, but she only does it once, so it's not that bad. It's still not that bad. It's not such a boring section like Kira once was. So yeah. So we're gonna view the last vision here. Again, it's a short one, fortunately, so we're gonna take away the mask immediately. And we're gonna come back to Yennefer, talk to her about it. And, you know, she's gonna zip? Yeah, she's gonna zip. She's fast sometimes as well. This happens. But there's one more thing that's gonna happen because Geralt is running so fast for last hour or some kind of time. We're just gonna break his legs right here. You know, he's just chilling. You know, it's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. You know, you have to make some sacrifices of not having bones in your legs to run that fast. And I get it. I actually get it. So as we raise this, we actually find the poor guy that died here. And we learned about the fact that Ciri reconciled with the ancient elf that was actually supposed to meet her in Velen. That everything is connected here, as you can see. So yeah, everything is settled. We can go to the Holy Garden because we're supposed to find out information about Ciri yet again. But this time, she met with the guy that's already dead, so we have to necromance him. And this is gonna be a very fun segment. Hopefully I can do this first try, because it's also a hard trick found by one of our runners. I'm just gonna roll here, because there is a puzzle in this garden section. What? I'm alive, that's fine. Don't ask me what happened, that's not what I wanted, but it's even better, let's be real. That was even better, I'm down with that. It's cool, sure. You can run this game for 2 years and it never stops surprising you like this. And yeah, it's giving me a hard time, this section. Am I soft locked? Can I just go up here? Hello, can I get unstuck? I want to get out, just let me out. Okay, I'm out, cool. So, the thing I want to do, because the garden section is really slow and doing it casually would be still slower than what I'm trying to achieve here. Okay, on jump, don't slide, Geralt, for this love of God. Geralt really likes skateboarding, even though he doesn't have a skateboard. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. I go around the invisible wall, I jump here, I finish the garden section first try without losing any time. That's gonna be great. And we actually find the body of the guy we're supposed to necromance. Hello, Skjal. Poor guy. You know, that's something bad happened to him, but we gotta still get some information from him. I swear, every single time I do this run on any other marathon, a mega jump like this happens out of nowhere. It happened on ESA when I was doing this run, and it happened right now. Like, this game has to have a mega jump during a marathon run. It's just a thing that has to happen. And of course, this one was even better than the previous one, so yeah, we'll keep upgrading. The next time I'm just gonna jump in Skellige and land in Velen or something. We'll see. So now we have another series segment, because the guy that we are necromancing is actually talking to us about, you know, what's happening, how he met Ciri, what was happening here. And a little alert. There is gonna be a not safe for work like one frame in this dialogue, because there are gonna be women's breasts here. So if you if you don't want to see it, close your eyes for like 10 seconds, or I'm gonna tell you when to open them up again. So close your eyes if you don't want to see anything like this, because this is a really short cutscene, and yeah, that's basically it. And then it's over, so you can just open your eyes again. We finished the sauna section. We talked to some ladies here. We got absolutely no information again, as usual. But Ciri, you know, Ciri just wants to escape from the Wild Hunt, because the Wild Hunt is trying to get Ciri, so Ciri has to... She's stressed out a little bit much, so she's gonna get some relief by terrorizing the entire village. Because we get our controls back and we can go into combat mode and use our sword and dashes and stuff, which is convenient. So now, surprise, surprise, Wild Hunt attacks us while we are in this village, so we have to escape. and we escape to Velen. See, that's where everything is connected again, because we have to go back to Velen to get to our lovely Blood Baron to tell us more about how we met Ciri. And we're gonna turn in the quest that we started like 1 hour ago with him. And even though he's waiting for us, he's waiting like 2 weeks for information about his wife and his daughter, you know, we're fortunately going to give it to him at least now. But first of all, we have to do one of the 2 horse racing quote-unquote sections where we have to escape on the horse. So we have some times for donations. Daredevil, you can go right now.
Alright, we have $50 from ZD Major 7. Thank you for showing us the Sonic and Witcher. I have no idea what's going on, but this is great fun to watch. And thank you for the amazing work you're doing supporting Doctors Without Borders. Greetings also from the Washington Metropolitan Gamers Symphony Orchestra, and good luck to all the runners.
Thank you so much. Give me one more, we still have some time.
We have $5 from Sorry Anasaurus, tossing a gold ring to my hedgehog.
Okay, this section is really long. We can even go with like 2 or 3 more, to be honest.
Alright, we have $20 from Puzzle. Go Kaadzik go! The Witcher community is rooting for you. This one goes to saving the frames.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so we finished all 3 quests we're supposed to do in Skellige, so we're going back to Velen, as I said. Even though we told Yennefer that, yes, yeah, Larvik, we're gonna meet, we actually won't. So sorry, I'm gonna break your heart, Yennefer. No, not to Novigrad, to Velen, please. Okay, then we're gonna come back to the Blood Baron and actually tell him about his wife and daughter. That, you know, we're supposed to talk about it like 1 hour earlier, but he can wait. He waited enough. Because there is this Uma guy, that little creature that's... Uma is acronym for the ugliest man alive, for a reason. Because, well, he's not that beautiful. Geralt, can you pull out the crossbow properly? Okay, now I'm super fast again. So we can go to Baron, talk to Baron about his stuff connected to his family, and he has to share information with us again. So we have 2 last series segments that are retrospections. Because we get to know what happened with Ciri here in Velen, which was the last place that she visited. So we talk to Baron. After talking to Baron, we get another series section. First of all, we have a horse race. So yay! Even have more time for donations, actually. So you can go.
Yay! Horse races. We have $50 from Poodoodles. The Witcher is my favorite game. Thanks so much for running it. Let's make this competitive and raise some cash. Save the frames.
Go on, we have plenty of time right now.
We have $100 from Sam Leonhardt. Wow, no one wants to save frames this marathon. That hurts. Leave Ciri behind, she's had her time. We need that world record. And actually,
keep going.
Well, while I'm talking about it, I'm just going to check in on the ending game bid incentive. So Save Ciri has $5,600, and Save the Frames and our GDQ schedule has $2,700.
Save the schedule!
Yes. Save the frames, save the schedule. You can do it.
I believe in ya. So, right after we finish the horse race, we can get another Ciri retrospect, which is now actually fun, because it's... Remember Griffin fight? We have a similar thing with Ciri. We have a Basilisk fight, which is basically a reskin of Griffin. Basilisk can do 2 things. He can fly in the sky, which is bad, and we have to reload the save to reset his script, that he does nothing. Or he can actually do nothing at the start, instead of just us making us reload. That's funny, because if he flies away during this fight, you can do absolutely nothing. Because, well, Geralt has a crossbow, which is OP, as we know, but he can also shoot things down with it when they are in the air, right? Ciri cannot do anything like this, so we just have to reload the save, make sure that Basilisk is on the ground, kill him. Actually, he's not died because he grabbed Baron and he flew away, and we have to save Baron, but that's in the cutscene, so it doesn't matter. And Ciri saved Baron. Baron gives Ciri a horse that she can ride away on, and everything is fine. So we actually taken Uma, the ugliest man alive, because he's just a jester here right now. They're making fun of him and he's doing funny things. Like, you know, he's a cool guy, he's a small guy, and he's actually cursed. He doesn't look like this normally, he's actually cursed. And the fact that we know is that he is connected to Ciri, and he is important. This guy might as well be Ciri. So we have to, lift the curse. The only way for us to lift the curse now is to go through the Witcher ritual, the same ritual that every Witcher undergoes, that makes their hair silver and makes them really, really good at fighting. But most of the people that undergo these trials die, so it's really risky to actually make the only important character and potentially even Ciri to undergo these trials, but we don't have any other choice a little bit. But first, we have to do some funny quests for our old Witcher family. We have our returning characters from the Witcher community. We have... not community, even though Witcher community is awesome. From the Witcher franchise, we have Eskel, we have Lambert, we have Yennefer again. Unfortunately, we don't do any quests for Vesemir because he doesn't have any quests for us. But we have a forktail, or like I called him yesterday, forklift. So we have to kill a forklift. We damage him a little bit. The forklift flies away because forklifts have wings, of course. And we know exactly where he's gonna fly away, so we're chasing him. But we cannot enter this cave just yet. We have to wait for him to actually patiently go here. So we're just gonna wait for the forklift to park on the correct parking spot. And as he parks on the correct parking spot, we can actually go. Can I go? Okay, I can go. Fine. Okay, I was a little bit too fast. Speedruns are being fast, this kind of stuff. So we actually can kill the forklift this time. And Eskel is gonna tell us, well, do you want a horse race? Geralt, you love horse races, right? And we're gonna actually say no. So we can skip every other horse race in the game. That's actually cool, because we want to be fast. Even though horse racing is cool in this game, the best thing in this game that unfortunately is skipped is obviously Gwent. Like, Gwent in this game is amazing. And Nilfgaardian deck is the best in the world, and you think otherwise, that's cool. It's not illegal to be wrong, but... the Nilfgaardian deck is just the best. Not because it's OP, but because it's so versatile. And versatility in this game is really important. I mean, in-game version of Gwent. But we skip every Gwent duel because, it's slow, as you may wonder. So instead, we're just gonna run back to our castle and do more quests. Now, there's gonna be a funny setup right here, that if you are Team Triss instead of Team Yennefer, you're actually gonna like it, because you're gonna make Yennefer angry for a second. But that's all in a good spirit, trust me. Because we have to do a quest for Lambert. Lambert, our friend, our Witcher friend, needs some help to disenchant this little thing called Phylacterium. But we have to go a long way to get to the mountain we're supposed to enchant it. But instead of going on an awesome journey with Lambert, we're gonna go to Yennefer and make her angry. Because she broke something, we're just gonna tell her calm down and insult her, and she teleports us in the middle of nowhere. Because she's angry. Fortunately, this middle of nowhere is the exact spot we're supposed to meet with Lambert. So we're just gonna come here and trigger the cutscene with Lambert, skipping the entirety of the section we're supposed to walk with Lambert. So thanks thanks Yennefer for being so angry at us. Right now I'm killing some drowners and killing again a bilge hag that is spawning right here. Any second? Okay. She's gonna spawn here. You can see right now that because we've skipped so many quests, the enemies are a little bit over-leveled. And we are under-equipped as a Witcher. First of all, we're just gonna skip the boat, the best dialogue line in the game. We're supposed to ride the boat with the Lambert and hear an amazing poem from him. But unfortunately, from the bottom of my heart, I have to say, we skipped. Because swimming by ourselves instead of using the boat is faster. So we're just gonna swim to the land, go to the cave, and go to the mountain that we're supposed to get there. But yeah, we made Yennefer angry, and that's precious. That's the only time in the game that we're making her angry. We're gonna say sorry to her as we come back. But fortunately, after this quest, we get teleported back to the back to the castle, to Kermoren, so we can just, without any consequences, complete one quest and then just do the other one. I wonder if it actually was intentional by the devs. That it teleports you right at the exact spot you should be with Lambert. It's actually really fun coincidence. And talking about the developers, if any of the CD Projekt Red or any makers of The Witcher is watching it, thank you so much for making an amazing game. And one more thing for you, for making speedruns best in the world in this game. Can you please make a way for us to downgrade the version of the GOG game to 1.06 when we speedrun on the old patch and see this amazing thing? Because sadly, if you want to run Witcher 3, as I said, we have some amazing guides for that. But the only way to play the old patch is either having a retail copy of the game, installing it, and manually patching it by using the patches that are on the resources side of our speedrunner homepage, or using the Steam download depot to download the depot from the correct date. That, you know, weird stuff. We have a guide for that, don't worry. But there's no way for us to downgrade the GOG version. So if someone from CD Projekt Red is watching and likes speedruns and maybe is a cool guy, they are all cool guys, but if they're watching, can you please make it a real thing? I would love it. That would make one or two more people run this game on this category, because I'm basically the only active runner of this category, and that's really sad. I want more people to compete. So yeah, I hope this is gonna make this game a little bit more recognizable in the speedrunning community overall. Because we don't have many runners, to be fair. Our community is fairly small. And as you've heard by the donations we got from our guys, we are some amazing people. But every speedrunner is amazing people. Do speedruns, guys. Speedruns are cool. But in the meantime, when I was talking about amazing things and speedruns and stuff, we did some quests for Yennefer. We said sorry to her. We were watching an amazing movie from our Netflix stuff that is watching up there. Again, 1200s, and they already have Netflix and VR stuff, and that's so cool. But now we just have to prepare for the ritual by going to sleep. Oh, I misclicked? No, okay. I was one step ahead of myself. We have to lift the curse, and we're not just gonna go to sleep. We're supposed to party with our bodies, but it's a time loss, so just don't do this. Instead, we're just gonna prepare ourselves for the trial, so we're just gonna pick up all the ingredients we need, and we're gonna brew the potions. I clicked it twice, okay. I wonder if it did it twice, actually. So we're gonna brew the potions. We have some long cutscene waiting for us for the curse to being lifted off, so we can just read one or two donations, Daredevil, again.
All right, we have $20 from Yane. Hello, SGDQ. First time donating, long time watcher. My SO got me into watching GDQ since 2016, and here we are in this weird year of 2020 watching together. Greetings from Sweden, and best of luck to all runners. P.S. Roach is the bestest horse, and save Siri.
Oh, please save the frames. But nonetheless, okay, I'm gonna cut you off with donations for a second, but I'm gonna say you'll have plenty of time in upcoming moments. You know exactly right, and the viewers are gonna know in a second. Basically what happened here in the ritual, well, they say that many humans died during this ritual, but it wasn't a human. This ugliest man alive wasn't even a man, it was an elf. It was the ancient elf that met Ciri, and, you know, he left all the messages for her, you know, this kind of a deal. So you may remember him, right? He's actually important. And he told us that he's actually safekeeping Ciri in the Enchanted Island, and the only way for us to get there is to go to Skellige. Oh, actually, yeah, I forgot that I have to equip myself again, because for some reason the game decides that you're gonna lose all of your equipment here. So we're just gonna go to the Enchanted Island, but the only way to go there, to the Isle of Mists, is to go to Skellige, take a boat, and ride the boat in the particular section. So right now, even though we could technically swim there, I've said that the fastest way to go into the water is not boats. Are not boats, it's just you swimming through. Sadly, the game forces you to use a boat here, and the only reason is because the next cutscene starts with Geralt riding a boat. And that's why you have to use a boat. And it's a long section that takes 1 minute, so Daredevil, you can go ham, just read it out as much as you want.
All right, this is where I shine. We have $25 from Mag Widgeon. I love The Witcher 3, and I really love this runner's commentary. Kaadzik, you've earned this donation and then some.
Thank you so much. Bring it on again.
We have $25 from Hilarity Bear. I was already interested in watching this run before getting told that it gets crazy in the first 10 minutes. But after that beginning, I just had to toss a coin to The Witcher.
Yeah, the beginning is the best part of the run, I have to say. But you can continue, go on. We have plenty of time.
We have $20 from Mike the Bike. I'll admit, I was one of the people who wasn't sure if I was going to watch the entire 2-hour Witcher 3 speedrun, but now that I've seen Supersonic Geralt, I'm on board. The least I can do is try to save the frames.
Thank you so much for the donation and for saving the frames, good job. Right now we're swinging to the island, so we can just go on with one more.
We have $250 from Sire Salty. Can't believe we are watching Geralt the Hedgehog. Witcher 3 is probably my favorite game of the decade, and it's amazing to see it broken so completely. This donation is being doubled by my employer. Donation goes to Runner's Choice. I bet I know what that is.
Saving the frames, obviously, come on.
Yeah. Same here.
What is the other option here? Just save the frames. Okay, so we got to the Enchanted Island. You may know it's enchanted because I cannot meditate, but if I just go to the menu, I meditated already. I cannot physically meditate, but if I just go to the menu, it meditates by itself, which is so mysterious, right? So I investigated the corpse of one of our friends. There are 7 dwarves, funnily enough, stuck on this island, and we have to help them because 3 of them are missing. They are somewhere on this island. We investigated one of the corpses already, and sadly, it's one of them. So yeah, rip parents, one of the 7 dwarves. Oh, I'm blinded here, okay. Also ragdolls. This is an enchanted island after all, so we have to have amazing ragdolls here. So we've had one dwarf that we wanted to save, but it was dead already. We had a second one that was on the top of the rock, like really high rock, and he decided to jump off of it, and he's snapped his neck and he's also dead. So at least we want to save one of them. Unfortunately, the best thing in this game are escort missions. And what's a better way to spice up an escort mission by having you escort the one dwarf that is the sleepy one. So he's gonna sleep on the way, and you have to wake him up constantly. It's so great, and enemies attack us on the way. So he's just gonna walk around 10 steps, also because he's a dwarf, he's so slow, right? Great. So he's slow, he's gonna sleep on the way. Daredevil, you know what to do, basically.
Yeah, this was definitely not my favorite quest when I played Witcher 3. We have $150 from Adap. This week is my Super Bowl, and a much-needed break in all the insanity going on. Thanks for all you do. Funds go to Announcer's Choice, which, coincidentally enough, is also saving the frames.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me. We have $50 from Foz. I was worried SGDQ wouldn't happen this year. So glad to see it going strong. Here's to saving Siri.
Hi. But okay, thank you for the donation nonetheless. You can go still. We have plenty of time with this escort mission.
We have $100 from the Mighty Guapo. Donating because my favorite game at the moment, shout out to the Switch port, and for an amazing speedrunner. Donating to save Siri because I'm terrified of what Yennefer will do to me otherwise.
It's gonna be fine. Don't worry about anything. Saving the frames is the best. But yeah, thank you all so much for the donations. You can go with 1 or 2 more even.
We have $50 from Sensation. Thank you very much for your donation. We have $10 from Darklink from the 2 runs ago. Hey y'all, I unfortunately spent most of the first day at work and am now going to bed, but not before I dip my hand in the cookie jar of a shot at one of those cool prizes and also contribute to getting that bonus game met. Hope you're all having a good night.
Before we actually continue with the run, can you tell me how is the bid war going right now? How close are we?
Let's check out that bid war. One moment. The gap has closed even more. Save Siri is still ahead with $5,700, but Save the Frames has pulled even more with $3,300. That's only a
We can
gap
do
of
this.
$2,200.
We can do this.
Actually, sorry, 24. I can do math.
We can do this slowly but surely. We still have like half an hour before the choice is actually made. Because Siri is not important into the run. We decide on her fate actually in one of the last dialogues in the game. So yeah, we have plenty of time. And the funny thing is, it's not actually like one particular dialogue. It's a set of dialogues. I mean, a set of things that you have to do before anything happens. But the last thing you have to do is actually just before, you know, the final fight. And right now we actually have the final fight, you know, it's definitely not the final fight because it's only half an hour before the run ends, so something has to go wrong, right? But let's not think about it yet. Basically, we met Siri, yay! On our checklist, 2 of the things are completed right now, because we've met Yennefer in the first act, we've met Siri right now, and we now need to defeat Wild Hunt, so that's exactly what we're going to do. We got the really good salt, so that's gonna help. And oh, actually, let's just I forgot to equip the potions, but I think I can do this after this segment. So basically, right now we lured the Wild Hunt to our fortress in Kermoren and hope we can actually defeat them. Can we do it? We are prepared. We have some bombs. We have some magic happening. Triss is literally spamming meteor strikes in front of us, where all of the guys from the Wild Hunt are spawning. So. Funny thing is, we can also die from the meteor strike ourselves. So we just destroy some portals in a way that, you know, they're not gonna spawn anymore. Right now we have a Ciri segment, so this is a very important fight because it's a funny way to showcase both Ciri's and Geralt's fighting styles. You constantly switch between the two, and it's really cool casually. But as I said, every single time there is a character switch and a area switch, you have to really do the glitch for being fast as Geralt. So every time we switch between characters in this one mission, you have to constantly reactivate it. But yeah, as I mentioned, Triss is doing Flame Strike basically. And we're supposed to escape on a horse, but screw Roach. we're just gonna run ourselves because that's faster. And hopefully we're not gonna get damaged by any of the meteors because they're basically RNG, and if I get hit by them, I lose half of an HP just like that. And you can see they're just all over the place. Now there's a funny skip happening. If I turn right, I can pull the lever quicker by just climbing on these boxes. But I have a little small amount of time to do this because if I'm slow enough, I can enter combat. And this is gonna be slow. So we're supposed to help Lambert here, but speed. I feel sorry for Lambert, but to be fair, before running this game, I didn't even know you can actually make Lambert die in the game if you're not helping him. I didn't know you can actually just run away from him instead of helping, but yeah, it's a thing. And it's obviously faster, so yeah, rip Lambert. We're gonna have some casualties. Bible thumb for Lambert in chat. We're gonna have some casualties in the round. So yeah, we're gonna switch between Ciri and Geralt all the time here. These fights are actually pretty tough because, as I said, we're coming to the point where we have very bad equipment. I mean, our armor for the entire game is giving us exactly 1 point of armor. So you may wonder, we're gonna take some damage if we get hit. So we're trying not to. Even though our swords are great, also nice finisher. Even though our swords are great, well, our defense is terrible, and we are under-leveled, so our defense is even more terrible. So we have to watch out for everything that is gonna potentially hit us from basically this point on. And the next section is the section where there are the worst fights in the game, the hardest and the worst fights in the game combined at once. So I'm gonna need some patience there, really. But right now we can just close all the portals and finish off the Battle of Kermoren section. Unfortunately, as you may notice, we are quite overwhelmed, and the plan of doing a final fight with Wild Hunt doesn't actually work properly. So we technically win a fight, but we have many casualties and many losses. And for now, we survived. We didn't win the fight, it was more a tie. But we survived a fight with Wild Hunt. So right now we know we have to prepare a little bit more. So we're gonna do exactly that. We're gonna just, you know, gather more allies, resurrect the Lodge of Sorceress, which is bad. If you've read the books, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, just before we go into the section with the worst fights in the entire game, funny thing is, the final fight is not even the worst one, it's actually easy. The hardest fights in the game are coming up right now. So before we actually start the segment, let's just go with one or two donations again.
All right, we have $5,000 from Fangamer. Hey,
Nice,
everybody.
that's a good donation.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Fangamer here. Toss a coin to your Witcher. That means donate, right? Let's get a $5 donation train going. We've tossed a big pile of them to get it started. Toss a coin if you can. Also, be sure to check out our SGDQ 2020 collection over at fangamer.com/GDQ. We've got a lot of great new merch, including a limited edition pin, a pullover hoodie, and an arcade floor print face mask. Plus, we have official SGDQ 2020 virtual attendee badges. The high-tier Giga badge even has a goal to reach. If 500 sell by the end of SGDQ 2020, they'll get a shiny foil upgrade. We're nearly halfway there.
Thank you so much, Gamer. In the meantime, Assassin's Creed, because so many games were inspired by The Witcher, like Assassin's Creed, you see the jump to the water, Celeste stole the dashes from Ciri, you know, many games stole from this because it's such a big masterpiece. It inspired other titles as well. And back to the donation, thank you so much, Gamer, for donating to the amazing cause and for sponsoring the event. They have amazing merch, go check them out. But in the meantime, yeah, we did the Assassin's Creed thing, we found a coin and we, well, proved that we are worthy of actually fighting or meeting, but technically just meeting bosses, but we didn't tell them that we're actually gonna fight them. They think that they're actually worshipping them and we're gonna help them because they are worshipping them, but no, we actually have to fight them. So we're gonna fight 3 crones from the Crooked Bog, we're gonna fight Fugas right now, and we're gonna fight one of the commanders of the Wild Hunt, Imlerith. First of all, I'm gonna assemble some more points to attack. I have done everything here. I have to prepare a Quen sign and pray, chat, please. Pray. That's all I want to say. I can one shot and die in this fight.
I'm praying.
Intense smashing! Okay, 1 of 3 completed. If I'm unlucky, he can turn around and just one-shot me. He have 2 attacks. He can either breathe fire, which deals damage over time, which is better for us, or he can just stomp, which basically takes all of our health. I have a Quen sign just to make sure that I can survive 2 hits instead of 1, but that still could be really bad. Fortunately, I stand up him by going from behind, and it's all fine. Now I have actually the worst fight of them all, not because it's bad or I can die. Actually, I can die here, but it's really irritating. First of all, we immediately get hit and we cannot avoid it, and all those 3 witches can teleport, and they are annoying because they can stun lock you. They literally can put you in the corner and attack you constantly, and you cannot do anything and just die. Okay, nice dash. I didn't intend to do that, but that's fine. This fight is going surprisingly well, for now. I hope I won't regret saying that. Okay, they started teleporting all over the place. I'm targeting Whispers and Weavers right now out of those 3 crones, because they teleport the most. Gruas is the fat one in the middle that's very rarely teleports, so I'm always leaving her for last. So hopefully everything is gonna be fine. I'm hitting her from behind, all the crits. Okay. 2 out of 3 completed. Now the final one. That during my practice I failed every time. So let's see. We're just gonna climb up. This climb is actually the worst part because you have to be precise here and we're super fast. Okay. We managed to get to the boss fight. Now the actual boss fight. It may look simple, but trust me, it's not. Okay, I have a good setup. Let's see. 3 on 3 first try. Nice. I'm glad I actually pulled that off. Basically, I managed to kill him before he reached 2nd phase. If he reaches 2nd phase, bad things happen. And the worst kind of enemy for the Witcher in this game is enemy with a shield, because whenever you hit a shield with a sword, you get stunned, and after the stun, he does a counter, and he damages you heavily, and well, you cannot hit him, you still are stunned, it's bad. This fight is bad. But if you circle around him in a very particular pattern, in a very particular movement, you can shoot him, you can attack him from the back, even though you're on the side, but it still counts as a hit from the back. And you can just constantly damage him and avoid the shield if you're going from the right side. Barely avoid the shield. And I managed to do this, so I'm really glad this happened on the marathon. So right now we are finishing off most of our quests. We're doing quests for all of our friends around the world. We're doing quests for our friends, the ancient elf, also known as Avalak. We're gonna travel around the world because if you didn't know, Ciri has an ability to travel between worlds and between times. So maybe at one point she was or were or will be, but in our world, who knows? But yeah, she can travel between worlds. And ancient elves also have this ability, but they cannot do this like Ciri. They cannot do this like instantly when they think about it. They actually have to find portals to go between worlds. And what they do is instead of going from one world straight to another, they have to go in between a couple of worlds like we're doing right now, and then get to the final destination. So we're just gonna try to go through the portals, but we got attacked by sand crabs. But fortunately the portal opens right now. And there is a very, very fun section. The whole part here is filled with poisonous gas, that if we lose our breath, we lose our health, basically. But because we're Super Witcher, we kinda don't care about our breath, because we can just do some fancy stuff right here. By jumping constantly, by glitching the breath here so that we don't lose it, by just walking uphill even though we're not supposed to, and then just completing the section pretty fine. There is a glitch to that, but it only is viable in the current patch that lets you have an infinite amount of breath on your bar. Also, we are in this world. You can see that Geralt's legs aren't behaving well. If you are Super Geralt, sometimes you enter a supersonic mode that breaks your legs if you're going downhill. And it looks like this. The shadow is even funnier, I have to say. And the best thing to observe here is actually this. We're supposed to go from cover to cover here because we get damaged from the snowstorm, but you know, we're Super Witchers, we don't care, we can just go through without broken legs. And we may wonder why we were traveling around all of these worlds. Well, the reason is we want to contact one of the generals, one of the commanders of the Wild Hunt. Because we defeated one in the Kira section, we defeated one right now. So there are two left. One of them is Gels, this guy, this elf, the other elf that we've talked to right now. So the dialogue resolved around like this. Hey, we know you're his commander. Do you want to betray him? No. Really? No. Really? Okay. So he's betrayed him. So he's with us and he betrays him. So we only have one more commander left in the Wild Hunt and the actual king. So we're preparing even more. We're just, you know, trying to weaken the points of the Wild Hunt before we fight them, because we know for now that these are not easy fights. We survived one, but the next one will be quite unlucky. Also, Ciri is a magic woman, so she can teleport, obviously, because we're supposed to get into the dialogues, but yeah, we can just run. So right now we have to convince those two guys to let us through, and actually, we cannot kill them. For once, I actually convinced them to open the door, and they are alive. So I'm going up, and we meet someone particular. We meet Junior. But we've killed Junior during the villain segment, right? So that doesn't make much sense. Well, it's actually not Junior, because it's Dudu, our friendly Doppler that helped us free Dandelion. And, well, no one knows that we've actually killed the Junior, so he might as well just take form of Junior and live as him for the rest of his life and live in peace. Because, you know, if you're not a human or you're a witch, you get burned at the stake in this town. So it's really, really bad for you. So that's why, you know, it's good that he's actually, you know, found his place to be and he's safe for the rest of his life. So basically right now we're just walking around with Ciri, and Ciri is thanking everyone for helping her. But in the meantime I can talk to Yennefer, because conveniently enough during this quest, when I travel through, I go past a tavern that Yennefer is waiting. Also this guy tries to run away from us, but come on, we're Super Witchers, like the chase takes 3 seconds. Yennefer is waiting for us because right now every single character that we have has a quest for us. We finished one for Avalak. We have one for Triss, for Yennefer, and for Ciri. Ciri wants us to thank everyone that helped her. Yennefer wants to free one of the sorcerers that is locked up, and because they want to reconstruct the sorcerer's lodge and stuff. No, okay, I missed that. I actually want to press one key. And Triss wants to free another one, which is technically not locked, but she's pretty insane. Because she's Philippa, so yeah. We want to free her from her madness. So back to the Ciri section. We conveniently did 2 quests at once, which happens often in this game. And we meet with the circus troupe that helped Ciri once at one point as well. And they tell us they don't have horses and they want to steal some. We say no. They say, please help us. We say no. So we have to convince this guy to actually stop stealing horses, because that's bad. Even though it would help them, and they are Ciri's friends. We have to hurt Ciri, because we want her to... We want frames to be saved. That's for sure. About that, how are we on the bid war right now? Can you tell me, Daredevil?
How are we on the bid war? Well, these numbers sure are changing. Save the Frames now has $4,000. Let's Save Ciri has $6,200, so we still have a $2,200 gap there.
But it's getting closer with every minute.
It's getting closer.
Minutes. We have like 10 minutes to do so
10
make
minutes.
sure to actually donate. So yeah, as I've mentioned, we've completed all quests for Ciri, we've completed all quests for Avalak, we now complete the quest for Triss, and we leave the Yennefers that we've started already last. And then we can go to the final section of the game, hopefully. Right now we have to help DJ Scrap, because DJ Scrap has some problems with Philippa. Geralt, can you calm down? Okay. They are in disagreement, so Philippa just ruined his bathhouse and just enchanted everyone and turned everyone around against Iskra. And she thinks that we want to kill her as well, even though we want her just to be in the lodge, nothing else. So we're just gonna convince her by killing her fire elemental. Then we have to punch the air because we have to go out of combat, and that's the only way to get out of combat. Eventually. So I have to jump over these stairs, because I cannot jump when I'm in combat, I can only roll, get to her, and she's actually fine. Now I can shove DJ Scrap forcefully, and that's the last time we see him. So I'm not gonna do any more of these spams with his name. Okay, I was lost a little bit here in the bathhouse, but I'm fine already. And now there's last quest waiting for us in Novigrad, and I don't think we're ever gonna come back to Novigrad. So if you like Novigrad, say bye to Novigrad, because we're gonna help Yennefer break someone out from prison. We're breaking people from prisons pretty often in this one, I have to say. And this time we're gonna break out Margarita. Margarita was at once a pretty powerful sorceress that was managing a school of sorceresses. But right now, well, times have changed. The current ruler, Radovid, doesn't like sorceresses. So yeah, they have to hide, or they have been captured already. So we have to help her by going down, killing some enemies that are here, and basically trying to get her escape. We already have some plans, because we made some plans with this guy that tried to escape from us. But we have to get to the prison from the underground tunnel first. The way we're doing this is just opening the secret passage that is right here, and I have to be very careful to click E here only once. Okay. If I click the E here twice, even though Geralt pulls the lever twice, I only clicked it once. Because if I click it even more times, well, the game stop-loss, and I have to reload the save. And I've already had to do it like once or twice, so I don't want to do this again. So right now we're going to the jail. We're gonna convince the guards to set Margarita free, but we actually need the keys from the commander of this prison. So we have to convince him as well. The good thing is we talked to Zoltan briefly before this mission, and we got some help from him. And right now all the guards that are outside are drunk, so I'm just gonna stick to the right side so I don't wake them up, because that's really important. If I wake them up, they aggro on me instantly, and they go up those stairs, and collision in this tower is basically just a suggestion. I got out of bounds here every single time I fought these guys. Like, running into the walls here is not a good idea, trust me. I don't know if it's actually patched out. I cannot say I'm really mad at glitches in this game that are not helping me, because I'm playing on the old patch and most of the stuff is not even in the game anymore. But yeah, right now I can just ignore the guys because they can wake up right now. You can hear that they woke up, but I don't care. I can actually leave. And I didn't glitch out of bounds, so that's cool. I didn't enter combat or anything. I can talk to Zoltan and we've escaped. That's good because I actually had a 1 minute time loss because of going out of bounds in my TV. So I'm actually going back to saving some time finally. And it was a gold split for me, nice. So we now have everything. Just in case saving Siri wins, I'm gonna pick a good option here. Because that's a good point of actually explaining what's happening with the ending. How do we save Siri? Well, there are 6 events in the game that can make Siri happy. In order to get a good ending with Siri and make her alive, we need to do 3 of them, at least. There is a segment at the beginning when we can do a snowball fight with her to cheer her up. That's slow, we're not gonna do this. We can steal the horses with the circus troupe. We obviously did not do this. We can let her talk with the Lodge of Sorceresses on her own, instead of us guiding her there, which we did right now, just to be safe. We can visit Skial's grave, the guy that we necromanced earlier. We won't do this because that's slow. We can let her destroy Avalak's lab, which is gonna happen in like 5 minutes, which leads to a good ending. And it's actually only a different dialogue option, so it's actually fast. And we can say good luck to her on the last dialogue before the actual game, before the actual game ends, or not the game, but the act before the epilogue. Let's say final act before the epilogue. That's a good way to say this. So right now we have prepared everyone and everything. We are good to go. We need to go to Skellige to finish off all the things happening here, because we didn't do much quests, and they are actually trying to figure out who is gonna be the king. And unfortunately there is, an Nilfgaardian ambush happening right now that we have to help them with. And you're gonna see why being under-leveled here is a pain. Because there are some enemies that are on the level 29, and some with shields, so that's bad. So 19 level is fine, 29. Basically not a bullet sponge, because I'm using a sword, so a sword sponge, you get the idea. They take a lot of hits before I can actually kill them. I'm trying to use strong attacks instead of fast attacks, because if I use fast attacks, there is a high chance that I actually perform a finisher. Okay, and I can fist fight the last one just for funsies. Okay, and right now we finished all the ambush, we know everything that we need. Because we need to find sandstone, the ancient artifacts that we need to bring the Wild Hunt to us. Because we've baited them once, so they're obviously not gonna fall for the bait again, right? So we're just gonna force them to go to us by using an ancient artifact that we have to find. But we need some information on it, so yeah, that's what we're doing right now, trying to find some information. Funnily enough, this information is held by the poet, so we have to talk to a poet right now. And the second thing that we have to do is talk to the Nilfgaardians. Because they are holding hostage one of the sorcerers that we need to reactivate the lodge, and that's gonna help us at the end. And we need his troops. We need Emperor's troops, because we're saying, hey, if you won't give us your troops, there's no saving Siri for you. And hopefully there's not gonna be saving Siri for anyone if the saving time wins. That's the second thing we need to do, and the third thing we need to investigate Avalak's laboratory, because funsies. So right now I'm going to do quest for Philippa, and after this quest I pretty much have to close the bid war. So you have like solid, I don't know, 2 minutes, 3 minutes before the bid war closes. Can you tell Daredevil how it is right now in terms of donations?
Sure, let me just refresh quickly. Ooh, we are at $2 less than 2,200, so the gap has closed even more.
Yeah, it's closing, it's closing.
It's closing.
You can snipe, I believe, you can snipe. We're only a couple of minutes away. 3 minutes away. So yeah, again, this is the only place in the world I don't have the fast travel point unlocked to yet, so I have to swim there. I could use the boat, but you know already that boats are slow. Swimming like this is even faster. So we're gonna meet Philippa, and we're gonna enter the worst ruins in the game. The worst ruins in the game because, well, it's so easy to get lost here, because everything is the same. These ruins are really dark, so it's hard to see even. And there is one fight that can literally softlock, and I cannot do anything other than pray for it to unsoftlock. That is happening actually right now. There is a siren, the flying one here. I want to shoot it down with a crossbow, because I don't do it fast enough. Right now she's untouchable. I have to trigger the fight with her. Please don't fly away that much. Because if I don't shoot her down fast enough, my crossbow like this glitches out and I cannot actually shoot from it. So yeah, we got a bad RNG. Okay, but I actually managed to shoot it properly. So we kill the siren and we can continue forward. Fortunately. So, first of all, let's just go up here. We need to fight with Golem, even though right now Filipa is doing a path for us, but because we are super luchers, we can go our own way and we can just be ahead of her. We skip the dialogue like this and we skip at least one cutscene. You can hear that she did the pathway right now with magic stuff. But yeah, we don't need it. We're already here. We've cleared the golem. We don't need to kill him necessarily, but he has a good sword behind him. That's gonna help us for the final fight. Okay, now I must remember that go left and right, because this is the final fight. The mirror puzzle. There are some mirrors that I have to set in the correct order to... Oh, not in the correct order, but I have to set in the correct pattern to, you know, make the sandstone appear, because that's a logical puzzle. Funny thing is, the correct solution is using all of the mirrors once. So that's what I'm trying to do. Even though they're guarded, as you can see, I'm just, you know, trying to avoid fights as much as possible, because they are not as over-leveled as the previous enemies, but they are just not so fun to work with. So I'm just gonna, you know, finish the quest. I found the soundstone. That's good. So I'm gonna have to say that we have to close the video here, unfortunately. Because the next thing happening is us going to the lab, and I have to know if I have to destroy it or not. I should go here, right? Okay. So we have to close the bid door and tell me, did we close the gap, or Ciri still survives?
Waiting on confirmation. It looks like we will be saving Ciri.
I've tried my best. I've tried my best to be fast, but you've saved Ciri. I'm not mad, it's not that long. I mean, the ending because of that is kind of anticlimactic, because there is no extra fight in the epilogue. But you're still gonna see Ciri surviving. So as I've said, the only thing I need to set up for it is to say good luck for her on her final journey before the final segment. I have to remember about it actually. And we have to let her destroy this lab. Because in this lab we figure out that Avalak also everyone has some plans for Ciri because of her amazing powers to travel between worlds, right? And Avalak has some plans as well. There are some bad plans, but he hid those plans from her. Like, there is a secret girl hiding here that we had no idea about, and Ciri gets angry on him, so we let her destroy the lab to relieve her stress. So right now we are 2 out of 6 positive things that happened to Ciri in this run. The one last thing, as I've mentioned, is just saying good luck to her at the final journey. So it's a good thing that it's a day in the game now, because we have to do a secret mission, this stealthy stealth mission. Oh, okay, I'm gonna do 3 things, because I misclicked the dialogue, and we're gonna go on Skjal's grave as well. So we're just extra safe to do a good ending, right? It's just a couple of extra dialogues, so it doesn't matter. It loses like 10 seconds. Okay, so we're finally here. Now I have to do a stealthy stealth section, as I've mentioned. And the stealthy stealth section is going to the Nilfgaardian ship, because the Nilfgaardian Emperor is actually here with his fleet, but we have to contact him somehow. So we're just gonna patiently sneak in. Oh, actually, because I visited the grave, it's tonight, so it doesn't look like that good right now. But yeah, we have to patiently sneak in onto his ship by being very, very careful, not going through these lights so people can actually see us and shoot us with a crossbow. Funnily enough, they have a bad aim because we are so fast, they just miss us all the time. What's interesting in this part is that even though if you do this fully stealthily and it's all gonna be fine, the one guard at the Emperor's ship is gonna say, "Hold on, don't shoot, it's the Witcher." Emperor said it's fine not to shoot him, even though no one saw us. There was no way to see us, but still. Okay, so now we're actually going into final fights, and I'm not joking this time. We're gonna have 2 fights and then the falling section. So right now we have a Karantir fight, the fight that we're both fighting with Ciri and with Geralt. This is a good fight because there is a funny glitch that may happen. It's completely random if it happens. There is a setup for it, but it's inconsistent. So it can happen, it may not happen. We'll see. I hope for the best. I hope for the best outcome because there are 3 of them. Because it's just hilarious. Okay, so I hit him 3 times. I wait for him to roll to teleport to him, hit him 3 times, and attack him during his roll. And I got the best outcome, which is him T-posing. Or actually A-posing. So what is happening here exactly? What's happening? Basically, if Siri kills this guy in the middle of the roll animation, Geralt, for a second, you could see that Geralt's silhouette was replaced with Siri. Because that's how the game switches characters. It despawns Siri and spawns Geralt at the same exact place. And Geralt was attacking, because it spawned during the fade out, Geralt was attacking Kalantir during the Siri segment. So game freaked out and had no idea what to do. So he was just stuck. And meet Eredin, he's the final boss. First phase done. We're just so good. Second phase is actually really annoying because of the camera. As you can see, it's locked. We cannot do anything with the camera for the first couple of seconds. But because we got an amazing sword from the Golem and the Philippa section, you can see that we just destroy him. We just destroy him immediately. And he chickens out and teleports. I actually have to wait for him to teleport, because if I go through the teleport before him, he doesn't spawn here and it's a soft block, so the third phase doesn't happen. And in the third phase, so we just mash one button and we basically defeated the King of Wild Hunt. So we basically did everything in the game, right? We found Yennefer, we found Ciri, we defeated the Wild Hunt, right? But what's happening? Like, it's crazy, right? Well, there is a prophecy. All in the background there was a prophecy happening, and Ciri has to stop it because she has magical powers. And she has to go on a magical journey to stop it. In this tower right there, like right there, you could see the tower, surrounded by magical things. And because the end of the world is coming right here on us, like the meteor strikes, the weird creatures spawning, we have to, you know, go to Ciri and figure out what the heck is going on, because there is a lot going on. So Ciri says that she is destined to actually fight the White Frost. This is the curse that's happening right now. This is the end of the world. So Ciri has to fight it off by herself. And she's gonna do exactly that. And so we're just gonna say good luck to her, even though Avvalak technically is still here and he tries to convince her to do some other weird stuff. And that it's a trap and everything. Let's tell her good luck. Okay, so we finished the entirety of the game. The world is saved, everything is saved, now it's time for the epilogue. In the epilogue, we do a little jebait. We jebait someone. We jebait the Emperor. Because, well, Ciri survived this. We know this. We know that Ciri survived. Technically in the game, we don't know this yet, but I know this, that Ciri survived. But the Emperor does not know this. So if you go to him and tell him, well, sorry, your daughter is dead, he's gonna leave her for the rest of her life, because he wanted her to be the next Nilfgaardian ruler, the Empress of Nilfgaard. But she doesn't want this, so we just tell him that she died in this accident, so yeah, leave her alone. And he actually believes it, and he leaves her alone, and she can become a witcher, just like Geralt. She can go on a path for her own adventures and have a great time. So right now I'm just gonna have a running segment at the end of the run. As I said, it's a little anticlimactic, but it's all for you guys. You wanted Ciri to survive, so I'm not even mad. I can even say my goodbyes here, so because it's a pretty long segment. So thank you all so much for watching this run, and for being here and for donating. Thank you so much for GDQ to accepting this run. It was one of the few possibilities for me to actually perform at the GDQ, so I really hope you enjoy it. Also, this is the first time that Witcher 3 got into the marathon, so I'm really glad about this. Time is coming up, by the way. I'm gonna continue talking after the time. As soon as we go to the inn and start the cutscene, it's time. It's time. I'm gonna skip the first couple of dialogues, and Ciri is here, it's alive. We got a sword for her even, so it's all good. So can you tell me what's the final time, actually, before I start all the congratulations and greetings?
コカトリスの分
Because I can't see it on the screen.
Yeah, okay, 209.42.
Underestimate! Heck yeah. Barely, but underestimate, that's what matters. I was really scared that we'll go overestimate because of the mistakes I've made, but as I said, I hope you enjoyed the run. Thank you so much for the GDQ for accepting this run. I hope you had a great evening. For me, it's evening because I'm in Europe and it's almost midnight, to be fair. Follow me on Twitch. Super said that is a great idea, to be honest. And shoutouts to Polish speedrunning community, you're awesome. Shoutouts to Witcher speedrunning community, you're awesome. Shoutouts to everyone that were supporting me throughout the entirety of this run, before the run, and all the time. I was really nervous before the run, but as I was kept talking, it was all fine for me. So as this cutscene finishes, I'm gonna talk like this for the next 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna wrap it up really quickly. Once again, thank you so much. Right now there's gonna be a Batman run, so see ya and hope you enjoyed this one as well.
Alright, awesome job, Kaadzik, on that Sonic 3 run. This unfortunately brings us to the end of our Sonic block, but don't worry, there will be plenty more Sonic throughout this Summer Games Done Quick 2020. We have a $25 donation from Admiral Funky. Can we get a virtual round of applause for Kaadzik's commentary? I usually try to stay out of save kill fights, but he has earned this money going towards saving the frames. We have $50 from Tadley Ghostal. With the speed of Kaadzik's commentary and the speed of the gameplay, it feels like I'm watching the stream at 200% playback speed. We have $250 from Pergament.